Chinese. I mean Japanese Wii.
I just picture like this character going down and the enemy's going, goodness, the French has stopped.
Whenever it gets down, it just like slowly ejects a disc from its mouth.
Oh boy. Oh, I love it. Twitch is immediately dropping frames. I fucking.
What did Twitch do?
For some reason, I just can't stream at my old bitrate. I need to reduce it. Just give me a sec.
Your old bitrate?
Yeah, I was streaming at 4,500 kilobits per second. But Twitch
Oh.
just doesn't want to deal with that, so I'm gonna go down to 3,000 now.
It doesn't. All right. Yeah.
Wait, what are measurements?
It's like in easier terms, 3 million ones and zeros per second.
Oh, fun.
Right.
All right. So, I think we'll give Jose about another 3 minutes, and if he's not here, we'll kick it off. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I desperately need to get a cable up here. This cannot continue.
I too wish I had a Wi-Fi cable.
A Wi-Fi cable? You sure about that?
I have a
I was-
50. I have a
I have it
54-foot Ethernet cable if you want it.
I was downloading something the other day that was 1.8 megabytes big. Guess how long it took?
An hour.
5 hours.
4 hours.
Damn it. Just to
Well,
clarify.
maybe you shouldn't live in Spain then.
No. It's just because my internet is so shitty and I live 3 floors up from where it is. Basically what I did is I just went downstairs, got on my mother's PC, downloaded there, brought it up with a pen drive, which
Yeah.
was just faster.
Just a thumb drive.
So
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
hold on a minute.
Sorry.
Hold on a minute. Game, you said a Wi-Fi cable.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Wi-Fi does not connect through cable.
Yes!
Wi-Fi
It
wireless.
does in her world. It does in her world.
The thing I wanted to say is I appreciate your offer, Grape, but the problem isn't that I couldn't like get a cable up here. The problem is like convincing my parents to do it.
I would have to drill holes through my wall.
Me too. That is the issue. If I could just like use like empty tubes in the walls or like space in between to just lead the cable through there, I wouldn't have an issue. Well, sadly, that's not the case.
It's not.
No. Because this house was designed, I think, in the 60s, where you only needed electricity.
Right?
Nothing else.
Behemoth, there is actually a way. I don't know how he did it, but you know Oscar, right?
Yep.
He wired something up so his Ethernet connection would also go through the internet cables.
Do you mean through power cables?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's just a power line adapter. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, just do that then.
Yeah, it only costs like 120 euros for a kit.
You know, money that none of us have.
Yep. Otherwise, like in a heartbeat, I would do it. That wouldn't even be the issue.
Oh god, my brain is so fucked at the moment. I've been playing
Same.
so much Hearts of Iron that I was trying to open up
Iron.
Tabletop Simulator. I opened up Hearts of Iron, right? And I'm like, oh, I opened it up and accidentally close it again. I reopen it again, and just like muscle memory.
I have cheese!
Jeez, for everyone.
Jeez. Colby Jack?
The fuck is that?
Okay, that kit actually doesn't look too bad.
I only
81 euros
accept
with double
high quality
power packs.
Parmesan cheese.
Why does no one Why does no one appreciate mozzarella for what it is?
Mozzarella
is
is
good.
absolutely fucking disgusting.
I
and
love mozzarella. Screw you.
Dare you?
Mozzarella's
Mozz
delicious.
is
I'm gonna tell the
delicious.
story of why I absolutely fucking hate mozzarella. I was with Oscar, pretty much the bad influence in my life, and I had edibles for the first time with him.
You are the bad influence on your life, dude.
Oh, trust me.
No, it's Oscar. Believe you me.
Yeah, trust me, it's Oscar. You don't know him. So I had an edible, right? And I'm like, this edible ain't shit. You know, famous last words. And he's
And
like,
then
all
5
right.
minutes later, it comes in and whacks you.
No. It was like, have two, then. Just have double the amount. And I'm like, okay, sure. I take those. 10 minutes later, I feel the effects of the first one. I'm just already fucking gone. I started, like, the double amount kicks in, and at that point, I'm literally speaking 3 languages at once, describing my cats, and laughing hysterically for half an hour.
Sounds like an edible.
At some point during that, he brought me just a piece of toast with mozzarella on top, and I just fucking didn't even question it. Just eat it. Right? A couple hours
Sounds
later,
valid.
and I just realized, you know what? I don't feel so good. And I just start throwing up, and the only thing I remember is just the smell of mozzarella.
Yeah,
And
but I'm gonna
and
be
just-
honest here.
That
That wasn't an
wasn't
issue
the
with the
cheese-
mozzarella.
I know, but right now, every time I smell mozzarella, I just immediately think of that one moment, and I cannot eat it.
That cheese was innocent.
It was.
Alright. It seems Jose will not be joining us today. If he joins us, he joins us. If not, he doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen of the D&D party, are we ready?
Si, senor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, whether you're ready or not, we're going to kick this thing off. So, with a bit of roll call, we'll start off with our not so useless Captain O'Captain.
Oh, well.
Next, we have bagpipes,
Yeah.
French horn.
Yo.
We have our lovely, lovely finger collecting tiefling, bounty hunter.
Finger collect. Did I miss something?
Did I miss something?
We have our lovely glow stick creator.
Hold on, we're just gonna gloss over that like nothing.
Yep.
Hold the fuck.
We then have our beautiful, beautiful Way of the Drunken Fist.
The fuck you mean
Hey.
finger collecting?
And last but certainly not least, our hungry, hungry dragonborn.
Hello.
Alright.
Every time you say hello, I just get reminded of like mind turtle being stepped on.
As we kick today's session off, our intrepid adventuring party, for those of you not here at the previous session, our party finding themselves to the port city of what's known as the Port Ivy, the full name of it, at least. After finding some employment, making their way there and dropping off their suspicious but executive cargo. Upon traveling through the town, getting some accommodations and some lay of the land. Upon a few days in, getting some relative, shall we say, notoriety around the town.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Having cleared out a portion of the sewers from what seemed to be an ichor-infused spider. After clearing the abomination out from the sewers, finding their way through and collecting what seemed to be a small glowing domino that had a vibration to it with a pulsing of runes. After returning back to the surface, completing the quest and turning in the contract for their gold sum, the party went to sleep and tuck themselves in for the night with some hearty drink and good food. before something rather odd happened. Apparently summoning from this domino held by Zoram, the dragonborn artist, two spiked and horned armored individuals appearing out of a large blotch of darkness. After seeing them disappear with a second coming of darkness, attempting to follow them, seeming to catch on to what seemed to be some sort of a trail into the sewers just across the street. After collecting the rest of the party from the ship that they sailed in on, marching down into the sewers, the party seemed to find what looked to be a large, almost placard of a box, beautifully inlaid as if some sort of a, shall we say, graveyard inside it, with the rim of it looking like some sort of gateway or at least some sort of wall. The graves themselves marked with what looked to be a corrupted cow's skull, with bull horns that wrapped around with thorns poking from them. As we pick up, the party is currently what seemed to be opening a secret door beneath the sewers. As the door slid backwards and across, revealing what looked to be a small tunnel heading back about 15-20 feet and then opening up into a T intersection. The intersection itself being rather crowded, but leading to two rather soft wooden doors, seeming to be molded over and almost in ill repair. As we pick up, the party has currently just crashed their way through this door, revealing what looked to be 5 humanoid bodies, stapled to the ground by what looked to be spiked collars and cuffs, each of them pale, white, almost looking albino in nature. You see, those of you who have dark vision see what look to be runes and scribblings on every inch of these bodies. They aren't moving, they don't seem to be breathing, but we will currently be picking up there. What would you like to do? I believe that's the time for the party to step in.
Yes.
I just like how everyone's quiet right now.
I don't know what to do. There's bodies and I can't see.
I thought we had torches out.
You did, but they're in the back. There are only 2 people in the room currently. I believe one of them being Zoram and the other one being, I think it was Rowan. Rowan and Zoram were the first ones in.
Bro would just look at the bodies before saying, I don't know if it's just me, but this town seems to be getting weirder and weirder by the moment.
Yeah, no, you're kind of right. Glad just chimes up from the back.
So, there's bodies. What do we do?
The stench of decay, rot, and refuse from the sewer is currently very pungent. Except if you're around Zoram, in which case you are smelling a fine jasmine.
We really need to get the entire party just their own stone.
Yeah. Right. Ron would just walk towards one of the bodies and, if possible, ritual cast Identify.
Okay, as you head over, you almost humming to yourself. I'll allow you to do this. It takes your 10 minutes, but it's relatively easy to do. What are you casting Identify on? The runes or the bodies?
The runes, I suppose.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify, so I'm not giving you the information you weren't looking for. All right. As you focus into it, you start scrawling out and fine markings of chalk what look to be musical notes to anyone else who would think of what you were doing. But to you, they're almost magical, arcane runes, that of which maybe a sorcerer or a wizard would use. And as you complete your 10 minutes, you almost sing these notes, and you watch as your eyes kind of glaze over with a slight pale yellow. The runes, as you look at them, seem to be corrupting runes. They seem to be things of very dark purpose and very evil intent. They are almost to the edge of infernal, but seem to be more from the abyss. And that's what you can ascertain from the idea of identify.
I need one of the people that can think well over here, please. Just looking towards Valis and Zornum.
Zorm is in the room with you.
Oh.
You are currently there. He can't really see very well, but you're pretty much the only person who can see in this room, and what you can see is with your dark vision.
Alright, well, you see, there's, I just tried my best to describe them to them. There's like squiggly lines that have just like straight there, curves. You know what? Let me just get a torch. Just gets out a torch, lights it up.
Pull out the torch and it lights up, and the room's full of light. Zoram, in the room that you can now see, it's the stonework here is very patchy, but the immediate thing that you pick up on is the 5 bodies that are currently in front of you. Each of them kneeling with their head down, a thick iron collar around their neck that seemed to be spiked and thorned as well. You see it links to the cufflinks that are around their wrists, and they're currently latched with almost 3 to 4 inch thick iron locks that are just bolted into the ground. For those of you in Europe, that would be about 7 to 8 centimeters, I believe.
Any idea what it is?
I'll
I'll just ask
say,
Zornum.
Zoram, go ahead, make a religion check.
Right, I can't hear him for some reason.
It's because he has the wet saw going in the background.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Good all.
How can you not be ready for D&D, dude? Literally, the only thing you have to do is pull up your character sheet. Fucking Sora. Fucking Hooey. And now we wait. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, dirty 20. Looking at these runes, best you can ascertain, pretty much like Rowan, is that these are abyssal in nature. You haven't read much of anything into abyssal lore or that of any of the demonic hoods that are there. However, what you do know is that this particular set of runes comes from a rather defined set. You can't recall which book, but you know that there are many books upon the demonic entities of the abyss. Alright, you relay it back. So, as the rest of you are heard with this, what do you guys want to do? Because you're currently standing around in a small hallway, the constant and incessant drip of some water and condensation is. The hallway in front of you seems to be relatively low lit with almost this kind of green, darkish hue. You're unsure.
Does
But
like
you're.
does the
Yes.
hallway extend into?
Yes, it
any
does. It's
other
just
rooms?
since you are human, you cannot see
Oh.
further than that. You don't really have light. The light's currently being held by Niram, who's currently around the corner, and by Rowan, who's around the corner again. So you can't see in front of you.
Narum,
Huh?
can I have a torch?
Yeah, sure. Pass it along. And then
It's
he
like,
hands over.
torch eventually makes its way forward, right? Okay, you within like the next 3 to 4 minutes, you have the torch in your hand.
I go to look, like peer into the room or hallway.
Okay.
Assuming this is the one with the corpses.
If somebody within the game would like to stream so somebody else can see the map that I'm currently drawing out, you can. Or if you are watching the stream that is currently in the middle of making. So as you walk into it, you kind of hold the torch in front of you. You look in and you enter into a large, almost antechamber. You see what looks off to the right, almost an etching of what looks to be some sort of a door, but it doesn't seem to lead anywhere. And as you look to the left, you see what looks to be a large mound of fur just plastered on top of this almost raised stone podium. And it smells to high hell.
I'm a poke it with a stick.
And you walk up
Always a
to it.
smart thing.
With my quarterstaff.
You walk up to it, poke it. No seeming reaction.
I would like to wonder where she got a stick from.
It's my quarterstaff.
She's the monk. She has a quarterstaff.
And you said over here there didn't seem to go anywhere?
No, it was another wooden door.
Oh. Can I go to open it?
To make your way back through everybody else as they've kind of been following you? Sure.
Oh. I wasn't sure if everyone was following me or...
People have been following you, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, as you make your way back, you kind of have to scooch around, like people have to flatten their backs against these kind of moss-covered wall. You manage to finally get around, and as you get to the door, you stand in front of it.
I attempt to open it slowly.
Okay. It seems to be locked.
And she turns back to the group and she's like, anyone know how to lockpick a door, or am I just gonna have to smash it?
Don't look at me. I'm for the smashing department.
Smashing it is. You said it was wood, right?
Yeah, it seems to be a rather rotted wood.
Right where Rayo could probably judge where the door locks. I'm gonna punch it really
Gonna-
hard.
Punch it.
Punch it really hard.
Okay, make a melee attack.
Oh god, did I join in the wrong time? Dang.
Oh, hello.
I'm just
How's it
attacking a
going?
door. Don't. I did it to a desk. I can do it to a door.
Hey, this time you're not
Why are
breaking
you
a fist.
harassing the door?
That's a
Why are you
16.
The door doesn't want to cooperate. That's why it's getting beat down.
The door is locked. Would you? I rolled a 16.
16.
Well, yeah,
Go ahead and roll
try.
damage.
Okay, unarmored strike. Or unarmed. That is 7 damage.
Yeah, you whack! And your hand goes through the relatively soft wood. It hurts your knuckles as you drive your fist through it. But this wet and rotted wood just kind of drives right against your fist, and you pretty much plow through it. You can reach around from this point, just kind of like find the lock on the door, and just gotta unlock it.
And I slowly enter.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, and I slowly opened the leftovers of the door. Just like breaking through, like breaking your hand through the door, reaching around, opening the lock, and just very carefully opening it.
Right, I don't know if the door creaking is gonna wake up whatever's in there, or me smacking the door is gonna wake up whatever's in there.
Probably
So...
the former. Not the former, the latter. What am I talking about?
Just gonna creep into the room.
Oh my god.
The door is a mimic.
Don't worry, I'm not that evil.
You punch through the door suddenly just bites you.
Okay, so if you whack, bring your fist right through the door, it gives way pretty easily. And from what you see, it seems to be the same room. As you walk into it, you're immediately met with a soft candlelight. And it's blinding for a second as you're not expecting it. You look around and there are hundreds of candles along what looks to be a small outcropping that comes out about like 5 or 6 inches from the wall. And the wax has dripped over pretty much everything. You see as it's currently on its way of oozing down the wall. And you see again another about 5 more bodies that are currently chained to the floor. They are knelt over almost, from what you can tell, almost like in a prayer. And they are currently just sitting there.
Can I, like, search the bodies to see if they have anything on them that might explain, like, what happened?
See what happened. Make an investigation check. You're trying to see how these people got here or so?
Or, like, why they would have been down here. Like, if they seem to be in prayer, they might have, like, some sort of Bible or scripture on them, you know? You said investigation?
Yeah, the bodies are the same like you found over here in this room with Zoram and Rowan. They're covered in these kind of runic scripture.
Can I try and see how they died?
Make a medicine check.
I oddly have a +4
You have high
so-
wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Alright. Looking over these bodies, You find that one of them seems to have an eye gouged out. The blood just kind of is still somewhat dried to the face, and you can see it was a very long and hard stream of blood. You see another body looks to have had its throat slit. You see one more looks to have what almost a stitched together stomach.
Ooh.
The other two, you can't really discern how they die. They just seem to be there.
She's gonna look to the party and be like, I have no idea what happened here. And she's gonna back out of the room and rejoin the party. Be like,
It's pretty easy. The party's behind.
not my problem.
Okay. I'll say, Zora, if you want to do that, go ahead and make an invest. I'll say the corpses in here. What do you mean you want to see what they're like? Because I've described to you what they're like and what they're covered in. And all of them are pretty much nude. There's a whole mixture of women, men, old, young. The bodies are pretty diverse.
I can imagine Zoram just seeing that and going, "The dissection begins."
But the only thing that you really see that seems to be connecting to all of these is they all seem to be this pale white, almost albino, like they've had the color sucked out of them. Make a medicine check for him.
Can I get a summary of what happened?
Currently, you guys are in this small.
If possible.
Okay. Do you want the short version, or do you want the short version?
Whichever one you are comfortable with. I'm not picky with either.
You
So,
found some sort of a secret underground cult building. You guys went into it. You found a couple of bodies, and now you found what looks to be a pound and mile of pile of fur.
mm,
That's the short version.
okay. Wells just kind of looks at the mound of fur, then looks back. Do you want me to burn that? He kind of says, like, pointing at the mound of fur that's at least in this room over here.
You can only really see it due to your dark vision. That's what I'm going to say.
All right.
I mean, as long as there's nothing else there, and it seems pretty evil. Torching everything here doesn't seem like that bad of an approach.
It kind of.
Niram, since you're in the back, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. That is a 3.
3. Everything seems fine.
Yep, everything's fine and dandy.
Yep.
Nothing to worry about.
Not at all. No. So, Vullis, as you make your way forward, will anybody be joining Vullis on his trek forward? And Hubi, yes, we'll be getting right back to you. I'm just getting this done first, okay?
Suppose I'll follow him.
Okay. You, again, making your way back through the somewhat now destroyed door, pushing through Iris, pushing through Clyde, and make your way up behind Vullis.
He kind of notes the amount of fur. I'm assuming this ring is the amount of it.
No. This is the pedestal almost. This black here is all raised. This is all raised here. This black is almost about a foot above the ground. It is almost like a raised pedestal.
He kind of just like, oh, my bad.
Nope.
He kind of like glances around, kind of like slowly panning around to see what else was in this room.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay, perception on Volus. Alright. 19.
19. All right. looking around, don't really see anything else in the room. I mean, you see over here what looks to be some sort of a etching of a door in this wall here, but it doesn't even look like it goes anywhere. It looks like it's just an etching in the stone of where a door should be.
He kind of looks at the door or the etching, then the wall, then the mound of her etching, the mound of her. He's like, you know, this has bad feelings all over it, but I guess we'll try. He kind of backs up 5 feet, like not into the hallway, but yeah, and decides to use the cantrip firebolt on the mound of her.
See as the flames kind of start licking around where it hit the mound of fur. No reaction.
I think it's dead.
You never know.
Well, if it was living, whatever in there could have been torched. But maybe there's something inside of it, or
No,
or at least
I think it's just it's just dead.
hmm.
I already poked it with a stick.
Did you find this like it is here? Those kinds
It wasn't on fire, but yeah.
Aside from the flames, it was already.
It didn't move. It's dead.
Help me up there, okay, I just want to take a quick investigation. You can never be too cautious with these weird occult things.
And she shrugs and goes to like help him up.
It's only a foot off the ground. It's not like it's.
Oh, when you said it's a puzzle, I thought like it was.
No, I said it was a foot off the ground. I didn't say it was help to get up on it.
My bad. Oh well.
Valis just has arthritis.
I pick him up under the arms and just left him a foot onto it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like, guess you can't walk upstairs.
I mean, how else can I prove my smartassery to you? Anyway, he's going to, since the amount of her could have been on fire, he's just gonna damp it out and just try to sift through it with his like dagger, just to see if he could find anything.
Make an investigation check.
Gotcha. Investigation +3. 17.
17. You look around, going over the body, kind of like poke at some of the parts of the body with the knife. As you pretty much discover around this body, it's a very large body, it's maybe about 6'5". And the fur itself seems to be almost like a skin to it. And as you kind of have to push one of what looks to be a shoulder over, and it kind of flops over onto its side, you actually see what looks to be a knoll. And you see on the snout going from the face down to what looks to be the lower belly, a chain of runes.
Well, isn't that cryptic? He says, kind of like pointing out the runes towards Ryoka. Think it has any.
I got no idea what they mean, so.
As you say this, there's a small kind of spark of magic. And you kind of like, you don't understand where it came from, but you hear the sound. And you kind of look behind you, and you see the door starts becoming more defined. You see as a handle starts appearing.
Does Ryoka see this?
You do have a torch, so you can see it. You see as the etching starts becoming deeper and thicker, as if becoming an actual door.
She points to it and she's like, what did you do?
Well, he kind of turns around just to look at the door. I played around with things that have runes on it, and
You fuck
yes,
around and find out.
yep. I guess this is what happens when you decide to investigate, even the most trivial of things. So we might need to be careful. Mm,
Who's opening it?
this seems like something rather a little bit too easy. Mm, well, we
Well,
should
now we
probably
just have to open it. So, like,
yes,
me
but
or you.
we should.
As this conversation goes on, kind of see as the doors kind of pops out slightly and starts grinding stone on stone and starts opening.
Oh
Go,
shit!
what?
Oh shit! What the heck?
For
Oh
Christ's
fuck!
sake.
Who
I
just
am.
did that?
What happened?
Oh.
Someone flipped to the table.
This time it
Oh
wasn't me
shit!
because I'm not even in.
That was my fault. I went to click menu to test my settings, and it fucking hits flip. So that was my bad.
Oh
Oh
boy.
god. I guess that was a wake up call.
It's really funny.
Indeed.
You have
Yo.
lost your color. You no
Not,
longer
a-
visit.
not again.
So, well, I'm trying to have something in the moment here, and all of a sudden you flipping the table kind of ruins it, don't you think? Huh?
It was an accident. I was
Huh?
trying to click menu. It wasn't like I was intentionally
Uh-huh.
intending to flip.
Right.
At least I got the shrink check pass. Oh well.
So, see, door starts opening, and the grinding of stone on stone. I see what looks to be three figures walk through. One of them in a very long cloak, very black and leathery. And you see the two individuals are pretty much dressed the same. And they enter in and they stop just as they exit the door and look at you and Ryoka.
Ryoka readies her quarterstaff.
And Phyllis is cautious, but he starts writing a spell. But before, after he does the incantation, he says, "Who are you?" Towards the three.
As this is going on, Zoram, with your 21, as you're currently looking over the bodies, most of what you can tell from this is it seems that the bodies around here uh, seem to be kind of discarded in the same way. Some of them stabbed, some of them not, some of them killed, some of them you can't really tell. It's difficult for you to just try and see. You're just not sure. But you do kind of, out of the corner of your eye, you see like a small twitch from one of the bodies. Nero,
Yes.
as this is going on, you're kind of being in the back, just making sure everything's okay. You kind of hear something behind you for once as you turn around and look. You see what looks to be a group of people standing at the entrance who are currently looking rather confused inwardly as they see you currently just standing in a T intersection.
Guys, I think we have some company.
Yeah, I think we noticed him.
Yeah, but like
And
over here as
your
well.
voices are currently echoing through the hall. And as the lead figure, the one that came in through the door first, kind of retracts the hood, you see what looks to be almost a wizened old man. Human from the looks of it, but old.
Well, the great axe is out, standing ready.
You don't see this. You don't see
No,
this.
you don't. I don't see this. So it's on
No.
the other end. About the figures who are currently in the system here, like around here ish, like at the other end of the T intersection.
Yeah.
Can Nera make out any facial features or anything else?
Make a perception check.
Straight rolls, don't fail me now. That's a 19.
Okay. Hard to make out any facial figures. Most of them are in the dark, and you don't really have dark vision. You do see there looks to be like small candles are being held by some of them. You can make out most of them look to be human. You're just not sure.
So, Nera pulls out the great axe and stands ready.
Okay. Standing ready.
Well, Ryoka's gonna look at our friend here and be like, so, I'm assuming you work here or something. Can you explain the bodies?
Ryoga, I don't think that we are in much of a situation to ask about that body.
You weren't there,
Did I
Rowan. You're
ask
with
you?
Zoram.
Oh,
You weren't there,
oh.
Rowan. You're still over
Oh,
here.
it's Clyde. Okay, alright. I
You're
thought
still over here.
that was me.
No.
For some reason.
It's
Clyde is orange. You are brown.
it's a pain in the ass when the models are twins.
Yeah.
Here, let's make this a bit easier.
Wasn't there a bagpipe model?
You are
Oh.
bright white.
And Rowan's
Sorry.
chocolate.
Clyde is bright white. Bright white. You are brown. Okay. That sounds a bit weird. I'll make you.
That
This is
sounds
how-
so.
This is how you get to Behemoth demonetized.
Oh
There.
boy,
Pink. You're pink.
that's
Ah,
better.
yes.
You're this kind of cracked voice come out. And who are you? Seeming
You
to
know.
find yourselves in our home. Or our place of business, as you call it. Might I ask how you came to find yourselves in here?
I don't know. We went down a sewer and followed the light.
I couldn't hear you over the sound of 3 people making love to their microphones at once. Could you repeat yourself?
She said, I don't know. We went down a sewer and we followed a light.
Curious as that is. I would say you've done quite a well job of finding it down here. However, are you here on business, or are you just here for, shall we say, other means?
She looks to Volas like, how do I answer that?
He kind of sighs a bit. He still has the incantation kind of swirling around his palm almost, but well, granted my companions have rather gotten their curiosity in the bunch. I assume it wasn't for business, though I see that it's rather improper that no introductions are gained. You didn't even bother to answer my question of who you were. Well, aside from the fact you're the obvious residencies, I do like to hear names though. Quite the occult that you have here.
Hmm. I have chosen to ignore your question because I don't believe you have honestly ascertained or deserve that answer. But
So
You really don't deserve what our business is here.
all
Do
right,
you?
I can agree to this. Your terms are acceptable. Reaches in and withdraws what looks to be a wand, and he points it at you. I believe you should leave. You see the two cloaked figures to his side. You see one of them withdraws what looks to be a crossbow, and the other one withdraws a sword.
Ryoko's gonna place down the torch and pull out her dart.
Well, that's good for you. Good for you. By his side to say, I don't take threats lightly.
Oh,
And with
it's not a
that,
threat.
oh,
I
well, let's
mean,
see
pulling out
about.
your weapons would be a threat, don't you think?
Well, then let's see if you can really hold up to those words. And with that, Volus is going to not only cast Quicken Spell, but is going to use that Quicken Spell to make. Let me just pull up the spell. Where's the spell? Damn it. Scorching Ray.
I feel like we shouldn't be fighting these people, but you know.
All right. As your spell releases, you see as he makes a flurry of motion, and the spell fizzles in your hand. Seems he's counterspelled.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, that was my bonus action, but since I used my meta magic for
I
quick
understand
spell,
that, but your
I'm
spell seems to have fizzled in your hand as you release the spell.
I have a quick technical question. If a
Hmm.
spell gets counterspelled, does it still use up the spell slot?
Yep.
Yes, it does.
okay. And since I have my main action still, and I can only use it cantrip, I am also going to use a second meta magic twin spell to firebolt.
Okay. Release the spell. Go ahead and do so.
Okay, so I have to roll 2 times because I'm hitting 2 different people. 2 of them
Are you
are
using Scorching Ray or are you using Firebolt?
okay. So this is what happened. I use Quicken Spell. This turns my first level spell into a bonus action.
I
And
know that. Yeah.
he canceled that, yes. So I have
Yes.
my bonus action. Specifically, the Quicken Spell means I can only cast a cantrip.
That's
So
not what I'm asking. I know what you're doing. What
he's
spell are you casting?
he's twinning Firebolt.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
I'm sorry. I have 2 dirty 20s.
Okay. So, you release the spell from your hand, and it impacts into the old man, and you see as it hits one of the cultists off to the side. Go ahead, roll damage.
Okay. First one's a
And
9, and the other one is a 10. So 9 on the main cultist, and the follower gets the 10.
for the sake of this, I will need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Grape, we did not have time for a long rest, did we?
Nope.
All right.
Let me just pull up what I can spend my key points on.
I got a 14.
How do you use the
Ah.
dice spot again?
I'm just waiting till he asks for the roll.
Same.
All right. Well.
Okay, so 25 to 20.
Natural
22.
20, natural 20 plus 4, so
22.
24.
I got 22.
Okay, so Volus 22 Ryoka 22, and then 24. Got it. This would be Willis, Ryoka. After that, we have 20 to 15.
Oh.
15 to 10.
14. I mean 13. 9 plus 4.
I have a 10.
Nerd, what'd you get?
10.
Dream, you're muted,
I have
by
a
the way.
14.
All right. Was that Hope or Beth? Because I'm currently writing
Hope.
things down.
It was Hope.
Okay, so that is Clyde. Then 13 on Roan. 10 Neuron. And then Iris and Zahiri.
Yeah, buddy. That's wonderful. I feel so excited.
I got a 6.
Okay. And Zahiri?
11.
Okay.
You don't have a dexterity bonus.
And Iris, you got one again?
I got a 6 with my dexterity bonus.
Okay. So, bring us to the top of the round. We have going first is Zoram. Zoram, you hear the sound of combat pick off as you suddenly hear the sound of spells being exchanged as and the impact of what sounds to be a firebolt off in the distance against Fleck.
Hearing this, I'm going to move to about here.
Okay. You move out back.
Am I
And you
able
currently have
to-
Niram in your way. He's a very large figure.
So I see him looking this way, correct?
Yes. Niram's looking behind him.
Am I able to lean across and kind of shoot a spell down the corridor?
You can try.
Just
Yeah, you don't really see what's over here. You are in the dark. You don't have a torch. Your torch was over here with Rowan and over here with Volus. Or sorry, over here with Ryoka. You don't have any light. So you'd be
but-
rolling at disadvantage.
These ones have candles, correct? Though.
A couple of them do, but other than that, you just see figures. You can't really discern what you're shooting at.
Right. I'm going to. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at my spells here. I'm going to hold a spell of Tesha's Caustic Brew. And
Okay.
if they make an attack, I'd like to return.
Okay. So you holding your action trigger is if they do something or attack. Got it. All right. So after that, does that end your turn? Does that end?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, Volus. Volus, what would you like to do?
Quick question. Which one of these cultist members did my second fireball hit? I know one hit the center one, but
Hit the
which one
man, hit the figure to his right, or to his left, your right.
Oh, okay. So, seeing that my first spell had not worked, well, time to do something interesting. And let me just make sure I can do this. I am going to actually tap. He's going to grab a hot pepper and crush it. With that, he is going to twins with his last attribute point or last sorcery point to twin Dragon's Breath to him and Ryoka.
Okay. So you you cast the spell and you feel this kind of build up of almost furnace-like heat in your chest. Ryoka, you feel it in your lungs and it catches you by surprise. You almost need to you lose your breath for a second.
Drinking all those fireballs is finally gonna pay off.
Right? I've
Wait,
had
can I-
practice.
Can I make mine, since it says damage type, can I swap mine from fire to lightning?
Uh,
Because
if you do lightning, then it's lightning on earth because you're doing
Ah.
the same spell.
Then never mind. And in this case, he is going to activate his to do the 15-foot cone. So they need to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Wait a second. Does it originate from you or?
Oh, it originates from. So it comes from Wallace and Ryoka.
All right. So for the leader, that is a 17. For the one to his right, that's a 3, 1 plus 2. And then for the one to his left, that
What
a
was the-
dirty 20.
Okay, let me just see what the dex save is, because it's not telling me it. Each creature that must make a dex save, or half as much. Okay, so the one that's 3, and I believe. Oh, hold up! I just need to find out the dex save.
Should
If
be 8. I believe it should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your constitution.
okay, let me just quickly count that up. 8 plus my con. Okay, so the one that has 3 takes full damage, which is 3d6, but the other 2 take half damage.
Okay. So as you reel back and release this lightning breath from your mouth, go ahead, roll damage.
Okay,
You see as the old man just kind of flails his cloak around him, you see as it strikes mostly into the heavy leather of the cloak. The other one kind of does the same thing, but you see as the one on the right just doesn't manage to do it in time and just gets absorbed into the blast.
oh my, 15 damage.
Okay. 15. Nice. All right, so 15 halved, that would be what?
7 round total.
7 or 8.
7, that'd be 7.
Did the spell get released from both of us, or do I have to
Just
use it on
you,
my
just
turn?
me, just me. You still
Okay.
have yours.
Is it an action or a bonus action? to use it?
I used the bonus action to cast it, but you need an action to release it. So it will use your action if you choose to release it, but it'll do nothing if you don't.
Okay.
That's 15. All right. So as that spell releases from you, we have picking up after you. If that ends your turn,
He's gonna move a step back, and that's about it.
moving back on top of the fur. Great. Ryoka, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my action to release the lightning breath that he
Okay.
gave me.
That is a dexterity save on the leader. Natural 20 on the one to his left. That is 17. And then the other one is another 17.
I don't have the spell, so this is
3d6.
on
Should be 3d6.
Yeah.
3d6.
But with those dex
And they
saves,
take-
they all save, right?
Yeah, and
Yes, but they
take
still
half
take.
damage.
Yeah, so if she rolls high, it's still at least a decent chunk on all of them for chip damage.
That is that's 6 damage to all of them.
6. Half to 3.
Oh wait, no. Well, I already halved it. It was.
Oh,
12.
you already have it. Okay.
Yeah, so 6.
Okay. So as you release the spell from your mouth, doing the exact same thing as well as taking a hint and cue, releasing this as it builds in your chest. You seize the one that got hit previously with not enough time. Now finally brings their cloak up, but again gets slammed with it. They are looking rough. The old man looks okay. He definitely looks like he's taken a couple of beatings, but he's still standing strong.
She is also gonna back up to stand next to Volus.
Okay. Step back, step next to him. Perfect. Okay. After that, we have our faithful friend, the him. As you both back up, as you just hit him, you see he withdraws his cloak, releases the spell with a flurry, and you see he makes a bunch of arcane runes with it. And as he releases the spell, as you back up onto the mound of fur, you feel it lurch underneath you. And you hear this sound as this knoll suddenly comes back to life from underneath you.
Oh, great,
God.
necromancy. That's fun.
That is that spell, Raise Dead. So we can no longer use that. Check. So, Noel now joins the initiative order. Ooh. He will join the next round. After that, we then have, there will be one from the crossbow shot will peer around and, yeah, Raise Dead, you heard me right. And as this other figure releases the cloak, you see as they pull their crossbow back out and Volus are taking a shot on you.
Gotcha.
No, that's a 4 + 2, so that's 6. That just scatters into the stone behind you. After that, we have them getting close. 15. Doesn't know you're there, but they don't know you're there, Clyde. So as they move across, Clyde, if you want, you can take an opportunity attack if you wish, because they're currently moving in front of you.
You should.
Let's do it.
Okay, make a melee opportunity attack. So this will be a D20 plus your, what weapon would you be using?
Well, the only weapon he has is
Rapier
yeah.
plus Dex. It's a finesse weapon.
So that would be a dirty 20, is what I got.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Eight. It's an 8 with the Dex
You
mod.
push your rapier out as you kind of peer around the corner, seeing this human figure run across. As you draw your rapier out, Rowan, will you stop fucking with your mic? Please, oh God.
Sorry. Hold on, let me turn on
It's the
sensitivity on
equivalent
it.
of the bucket for him. He can't
No,
help
I'm
it.
literally not touching the mic. That's the thing.
He's making ASMR unintentionally.
Alright. As you bring your
This is
rapier
better?
out, you spear. What, Rowan?
Is this any better?
Yes, much. You bring your rapier out and you spear this figure right in the side, and you kind of just, shit, and looks over and finally notices you, but keeps his advance going. Now in lead with Ryoka. Will be one melee attack with a longsword against you, Ryoka. I'm rolling shit today. That's a 12.
Nope.
When you pretty much dodge the blade out of the way, you use your quarterstaff and pretty much parry the blade away. As this happens, we then have ending their turn. We have coming up after is Clyde. Clyde, it's now your turn. What would you like to do?
Hold on. Wait, how does vicious mockery work again?
Insult
You
the-
insult someone and they
You insult them, and if
they get
if they fail, it does mental damage to them.
Yeah, no. Can I just take my rapier out and just shove it back in them again? Or can I like twist the rapier around or
You
something?
would have to kind of move up because they're currently like behind the wall, so you'd have to move forward and stab again.
Mm.
And it would, if you did so, it would give you advantage because you would be flanking with Rylika.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, go ahead and make your melee attack with advantage. So D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Alrighty. Plus the dexterity mod. 21.
Oh, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nine.
Yeah, you as you stab the rapier forward, the figure just gets a view over the side, and he's starting to turn to try and block the rapier, but you stab it through and you pretty much skewer this guy, and he falls off your blade. He is dead.
Yay!
And you
Better
watch
save
him slide out the blade and as blood starts pooling around his figure.
That's not good for my shoes. That's kind of like.
Thanks for the save, Clyde, but I think we need to. I think now we have to focus on the bigger problem.
Mm.
You don't really have time to kind of say that, Volus, because you literally have a knoll coming up from underneath you.
Fair,
You
fair.
backed up, and it literally just moved and pretty much came up from underneath you. If there's a definition of fucked, it's having a knoll between your legs, especially in
Oh,
You want to rephrase that?
No,
I
that's
do not.
exactly how it's supposed to be phrased.
Do you want someone to quote you on that, or?
I'm already quoting it.
All right. So, Clyde, does that end your turn? If you want, you can use your movement to get back into the hallway and just kind of try and duck away.
How do you
Yes,
spell
I will
knoll?
go back to hiding in the shadows where I belong.
Okay.
True edgelord
So you
powers.
back away and you get yourself back against it as you just try and get away from the action that's going on in the room. Seeing the knoll figure like, fuck that, you back up and right back into the hallway.
Yeah, Cloud's just like, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Nope, nobody, nope.
Yeah, how about no?
How about no?
I don't know what the heck just happened, but I don't really care. This shit, I'm out.
Clyde walks in, shanks someone. Fuck me. Ooh, yeah.
Goes in, skewers somebody, fuck this shit, I'm out.
You know what? At least he's not playing bard music this time.
Okay.
Why not?
Pulls out the trombone.
After Clyde, if that ends
You
your turn, we
you
have
could go for you
Yeah,
could go for
it
French
ends
horn
my
rendition
turn.
of Careless Whisper right now. It would be
Rowan, as you
fitting.
currently stand in the room, I'll have.
Sorry.
Can I get my description out, or are we going to continue making noise? Thank you. Rowan, as you're watching, the body that you kind of previously saw twitch, as you kind of take a second look at it and you blink, you see as all five figures are currently looking at you.
Oh no.
I would like to cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, go ahead and do it.
Is that gonna affect me?
I don't know, because there's a wall between us.
Yeah, there would be a wall between you, but I would say, Zorn, go ahead and make a save, but I'll say an advantage due to the nature of having that kind of cover between you. And you still have a chance to be hit.
Okay. What kind of save is it?
Yeah, this
is a
Isn't it con?
at disadvantage.
Constitution. It's a
At
Constitution
disadvantage
saving throws.
for these guys, because it would be even if it is Constitution, these guys are pretty much stapled to the ground. They aren't moving. You cast it. I rolled a 9 and a 2 at disadvantage. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Alright, that is.
And Zoram, what did you roll?
I rolled a 16 plus whatever my con modifier is.
I think that's plenty to save.
Is for some reason not loading. My con
Rowan, what's your spell save? Rowan, what's your spell save?
My spell save is do I include the modifier, or is it just a base DC?
You include your modifier.
18 then.
So I have a +3 in my Constitution, so that puts me
Wait,
at 19.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
because
wait.
your spell save should be 8 plus your proficiency plus
Oh,
your
okay.
casting ability.
So the modifier. Okay, then
It's already
13.
included.
Yeah,
13. Okay.
Mhm.
You need them. So 16. You don't need to worry about your modifiers or you make it
Yeah.
because it's 8 plus proficiency plus your spell spell modifier.
All right.
Okay.
My total is 19.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem then.
So, Rowan, what damage did you roll for that?
That is 8 damage.
8. Yeah, it echoes
And
out through.
I believe it's halved if you pass the Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So, Zoram, as you're around, you kind of turn slightly and you see this wave of electricity and just force pretty much explodes from the corner of the room. You watch as the door detonates and you get showered in splinters, and that's mainly what the damage comes from. However, the bodies that are chained to the floor get evaporated. Just they are gone.
So am I taking force damage?
Yes, it'd
Yep.
still be counting as force damage. I'm just trying to make it so that it would make sense since you are still getting hit.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
More of the door exploding.
Yeah.
It'd still be force damage, yes.
Why don't we just walk out of the broken doorway, just drawing a dagger, just, alright, is there anything else out there that we have to worry about?
You just look at Narum. Narum's just like pointing out into the hallway. You know,
A little bit of a
Those
heads
dudes?
up would have been nice.
Narum, would you like to throw me in again?
you just see
Alright.
him and get the 1,000-yard
Rowan,
stare.
you just cast your spell. You currently have one very large dragonborn currently in your way of getting to the other dragonborn. The only way you're going to get through this is pretty much through rough terrain.
Alright. I will do that. That's, so my movement speed is halved, right?
Yeah. Well, it'd be 5, 10, and then you pretty much use your movement trying to get through and around the Zoram.
Alright. Just like, alright, Narum, if you're gonna throw me in,
Tight quarters hallways are so lovely, aren't they?
Right?
Narum, if you're gonna throw me in, give me a few seconds. Need to catch my breath.
Alright, so after Rowan, that ends your turn, yes?
Yep.
Zahiri, as it now comes to your turn, what would you like to do? Is you currently have combat sounds coming from behind you. What sounds like a large thunderclap just comes and permeates through the stone halls. You see in front of you what looks to be spells being cast forward and backwards. What would you like to do? Because you are somewhat blocked between what's going on in front of you. You can move. You can attempt to take out a weapon that's range and still move through and try and make an attack. You can do pretty much what you want to do. Just what do you want to do?
You're muted, by the way.
I
There you
know.
go.
Just thinking. I think I want to just ready my battle axe.
Okay, you ready your battle axe, ready for combat as you see a group of figures around the corner who are currently gathering together just outside, still looking somewhat confused, but you see a bit of alertness is starting to come out as almost the sound of what sounds like thunder and the sound of spells being thrown. So, you ready yourself. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. As you ready, Nero, it's
Yeah.
now your turn in the initiative order. What would you like to do? It's currently you have Rowan who makes his way, pushing Zorn to the side and making his way over. Just give me a moment to catch my breath, but throw me in.
Can I grab Rowan from here and just chuck him forward?
You can. So as you can reach over, grab him. Rowan, are you going to stop him from trying to grab you?
So say, well, Hold up. Not yet.
All right,
Be
Then
ready to
it's
throw
time-
me in.
time for good old shit then. And Narum goes into a rage, pulls out the great axe,
Alright.
runs straight ahead, and just hits the
Okay.
first obstacle in his way.
Okay. So as you Rowan comes over, break your concentration. It's like, throw me. It's like, wait, what? He says, no, not yet. So this confusion makes you mad, and you suddenly feel this red sheen of anger just cover your eyes. And the first thing you see in front of you looks to be a hooded figure, and you immediately reach for your great axe and charge forward, and you cover the hallway. You make it right up there. What would you like to do?
I'm just wailing on them with a great axe.
Okay.
Just blinding.
Make your melee attack.
Is it in at disadvantage because of no light, or would the light be enough to
There's
identify the figure?
enough light here. There's enough light here to be a dim light.
Okay.
So I would say it would be a disadvantage.
All right.
It would not.
Oh, it would not.
Would
Okay.
not be a
Good.
disadvantage.
Yeah, the knot got swallowed by Discord. All right, and that's a 14 plus 5. That's a 19.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, where's my? There we go. D12. That is 12 damage. Wait,
Yeah,
plus
you-
2 from rage, so 14.
Okay, plus 2, 14. Yeah, you come across, and as you raise your axe overhead and bring it down, pretty much to the area of you're hunched over in this. So as you bring the axe back, you pretty much punch it out with your top fist, and it impacts into this cultist, and you watch as it sinks like 5 or 6 inches in, pretty much right where the shoulder meets the clavicle, and you get this very loud, like of pain as it digs in. And that is 14 points of damage. Very nice.
Very good.
Mm.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so that ends your turn. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah, even with that first hit, that he's looking rough. Just with that. Right. And then we also have back to the slowest in the court, Iris. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I'm just taking a look at the battle map real quick via the stream.
You currently have Rowan, Zoram, and Niram behind you, causing a loud ruckus. You have Zahiri pretty much pulling out a battle axe and readying herself. You have Clyde in front of you, and you saw him step forward and impale somebody and then duck back into the hallway. But you're not sure what's going on here.
I'll turn behind me because I feel like that might be the best course of action. I feel
You're
like
talking really softly. Would you mind either turning your mic volume up? Thank you.
Is this better?
Much.
Okay. I don't know why my mic is being temperamental today. I'm going to turn behind me.
All right, you turn behind yourself.
Yes, like turn around.
Yeah, I understand that. You turn around. So you flip around.
Who's
You see Zahiri in front of you.
Is there a way that I can scoot past her?
Yeah, it just counts pretty much as rough terrain. So you instead of using 5, you use 10. So you use 10, 15, 20, 25, and you can get there with your movement.
I don't think I have my movement speed written down like an idiot. Oh wait,
It's
never mind.
30.
Yeah, I have 30.
Generically, it's 30.
Yeah, I just saw it was 30. So how much is it to move around her?
It'd
10.
be 10.
Okay.
Because considering she is rough terrain, because you have to kind of move around her and then get your way through.
Mm. So the people in, I'm assuming the people in front of me, what are they doing exactly?
Looks like they're more of stunned. They aren't really doing anything. As you saw pretty much turn around and saw Niram charge forward and just pretty much punch the blade of his axe into the chest of a cultist.
Oh, fun. I'll take my short sword, and I would like to stab one, please.
Okay, so it'd be a bit difficult because you'd have to go pretty much through Niram and stab around him, and pretty much be at the same like spot he's in. So you would be pretty much sharing the same area. Like it's a 5 foot space,
right,
but it'd be tight.
I didn't see the fact that it was a hallway. Never mind.
Okay,
How do
if
you
you
not
want,
see
I
it's a
believe you have
hallway?
I believe you have a hand crossbow
I
or a crossbow of the sword.
do
Some
not.
sort. You don't have any ranged weapons.
I have a rapier, a short sword, 2 daggers, and a club.
You can chuck the daggers.
Daggers, a ranged weapon if you throw it hard enough.
Yeah, essentially.
Anything can be ranged.
But yeah, I think
and
daggers actually have a 20-foot range.
Yeah,
I'll take my
20-foot range, and then I believe it peters out after 30. Oh no, 60. That's right.
I guess I'll take out my dagger and chuck it at one of their heads.
You draw the dagger hilt out first, and then as you pull it out, you flip it over, catching the blade and throwing it forward. Go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Oh.
I will say you have a chance at hitting Niram in the back here.
Yeah, I know. What do I add for ranged?
Dexterity.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage for a dagger is what I should have written down, but I don't.
And what'd you get?
I have to look up damage for a dagger because I'm an idiot.
1d4 plus dex.
Okay. I have to find a d4 now.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. It's the
It's
one
a
that I can-
four-sided die, Bat.
I know.
It's a-
I have a full
It's
price tag
only
here.
4
Why
sides.
Why didn't you get your dice out before the session?
I have them right here. Listen.
As in pulling
set.
a few sets out.
It's a 5.
All right, on the d4.
D4 plus dexterity.
Okay, got it. Did you roll damage or did you roll the hit? Because you already hit.
I rolled damage. It's a 5.
Got it. Just making sure.
This is a little soft.
Yeah, as you peel around, you see as Niram pulls his shoulder back and it gives you a wide enough opening. You throw around and whack, and it hits this cultist pretty much center mass. He's looking horrible. He's in pain. He's bleeding and doesn't look like he's long for the next world.
Wait a second. Would that be a sneak attack?
Are you a rogue?
Yes, I am.
That's sneak attack.
Rogue damage when?
Rogue life.
Oh boy.
Me though.
Your rogue damage, Iris?
What is rogue damage? I'm an idiot.
You
Sneak
roll
attack.
1d6 per level of rogue that you
Okay.
have.
So it's 2d6, right?
4d6 if you're 4 levels of rogue. What level 4?
As a rogue,
Damage is.
It's 11. One was a
Alright.
I
nat
feel like
6 and the other
sneak
one was a
attack
5.
Alright,
was-
Beth, listen to this. Sneak attack. Beginning at first level, you know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit. With an attack, if you have advantage on the attack roll, the attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy or target is within 5 feet of that enemy, is not incapacitated. And you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. The amount of extra damage increases as you gain levels in this class, as shown by the sneak attack column on the road.
Oh,
Your
okay.
sneak attack at 4th level should be 2d6.
2d6. Sorry, I thought it was 1 per rogue level. That's my bad.
2d6. It is. Oh, I have down 2d6 on my sheet. It is What was that?
It
Another-
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sound, just
Um,
what?
A nat 6 and a 5, so that is 11.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. There's just no. He's dead.
Pop goes the artery.
Yeah, pop goes the artery, exactly. You throw the dagger, it pretty much hits him right in the sternum, and it just starts pouring out blood from underneath the robes, and he just falls over backwards into the sewer. However, you do see, as he dies, a slight kind of flash of arcane energy from a small locket he wears.
My headset just stopped working for a moment.
We could tell. All right. So after that, after Iris, we then have the cultists. So as that one dies, the rest of them look at this and they see you, and they all seem unarmed until you see most of them like drop the candles or the lights that they're holding, and you see most of them draw what look to be either daggers or short swords. But these guys aren't too enthused. Guys run off. They advance in. 5. As you pretty much slay the first cultist, you see as 2 of them try and stuff themselves into this entranceway and try and get you out of it. That is 2 melee attacks on you, Niram. That is a 13, 11 plus 2.
Miss.
And a 22, 19 plus 2.
That
Or,
hits.
wait, 21, sorry, 21.
Yep. That hits.
Okay. You take 6 points of slashing damage, halved to 3.
Yep.
As you feel this short sword just kind of slice across the lower half of your armor, it manages to penetrate where you wore. And you feel this kind of gash, and you just feel the rage continue to seize inside of you. All right. That ends the cultists round. We then have top of the round with Zoran. Zoran, what would you like to do? Is you're currently in the hallways. You see Niram and Iris take off one way, and as you look to the other side, you still see what looks to be spells being thrown back and forth.
Well,
I understand,
just seems
but
to
what are
happen
you doing?
sometimes, huh?
Zoran, what are you doing? I know you cannot talk because the
The
saw
infamous
is
saw is
going.
back.
But, yeah. We can only be graced with his voice every so often. Okay. Well, there are currently 2 cultists in front of him. Because they are both currently standing there.
Just the one, just like right up in front, I guess.
Okay, and what is the range on Frostbite?
I believe
It is not a melee attack spell, correct? I'm just making
no,
sure.
it's
Okay.
arranged.
Okay, got it. I was just making sure about that. All right. So, as you release the spell, is a con save or a dex save?
It is a con save.
That is a 12 plus 0, so I don't believe that makes it.
No. And so they take 8 points of frost damage.
Okay.
And have
So-
disadvantage on, sorry, 6 points of cold damage and have disadvantage.
Got it. Disadvantage on their next attack, I believe.
Yep, on
Got
the
it.
next weapon attack.
5
Yep.
Points of cold damage.
Okay, I need a definitive number. You said 8, 6, and 5. Which number is it?
I was saying like that's how much damage they would take like for the dice roll. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
So they have they on a success they take 1d6 cold damage, and I rolled a 5. Sorry, I was trying to correct myself there.
Okay. So, as this ray of cold comes out from your hand, and you see is almost this handprint. Near in front of you, you see is almost this handprint of fog just comes right in front of you and impact right into the chest of this cultist. And you see as it freezes over, and you see he kind of has to pat it and shake it out, but he's still ready to fight you. After that, as long as that,
Also going
for
to
the
move.
love of God, Rowan!
Sorry.
I'm going to try and move so that way Rowan is not practically sitting on top of me.
Just awkwardly trying to squeeze by.
Yeah, and I'm going to stand over here. Just kind of make sure I'm covered. No, just still in the hall, but kind of not, so that
Okay.
way I can still see everything.
Okay. So peeking around, you still see the combat ensuing around behind and in front of you. Does that end your turn? Yes?
Yeah, that ends my turn because I don't have anything for bonus actions.
Phyllis, it is now your turn. What would you like to do is you now have a knoll between your legs that is currently rising to stand up.
Huh. Well, this is an interesting situation. Let's make it even more. And the first thing he's gonna cast is Misty Step to where next to Clyde. So he's still in the same
It's gonna
room.
be 5, 10, 15, 20.
No, right in front of Clyde. In front.
There?
Yeah. Yes. So basically to get out of the mound of furs.
That's 15 feet. You still have another 15 feet to teleport.
Nope. This is good. And I am going to cast Scorching Ray because he is focused on the wizard.
Okay. Yep, go for it. Actually, no, wait. It was his turn, so we would do it. He's going to counterspell it. Again. That's another spell. Go.
Oh.
But your spell is counterspell. So as you go to cast the spell, you feel as the embers start surging through your fingertips. And as it courses forward in these 3 rays of fire, you see as he raises his wand again and almost parries it. And the spell turns to ash in your hand.
You really like using that spell, huh? You almost like sneeze.
It seems
fair, at least he's not. At least
it seems to work for him.
Sorry, I'm just saying. At least he's not using counterspell on healing spells.
Just wait for it.
Yep.
That's an idea.
He is gonna back up behind Clyde.
Okay.
For his remaining 15.
Well, that wouldn't be Misty Step.
I know.
Yeah, so
10
yeah,
and
so
then
that, with a full 15 feet of movement, that would be you'd be able to get there.
Yep.
Right. Okay. You now find yourself alone in this room with this seeming to be almost wizard and this knoll that is surging up from the ground. What would you like to do? He's still getting up, so he's considered prone. But what would you like to do?
So this one has the
This one, magic.
crossbow.
This one, crossbow.
Okay. I would like to throw my returning dart to the one with the crossbow.
That one? Okay. That figure's already looking really hurt, so go ahead.
Alright, I get a +7 to my returning dart. That is
Roll the 1.
a 19.
19. Yeah. 19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Actually, no, you don't need to worry about it. They were on death's door. You pretty much nailed this almost guard-like cultist in the throat, and the final blow is when the dart retracts and the blood just starts covering in through the throat, and they start choking on their own blood, and they fall to the ground dead.
Now Ryoka is gonna turn and face my furry friend here, and I'm gonna spend a key point to use flurry
of blows.
Flurry of blows.
Let's go.
Oh god, I
Flurry
knew.
of blows. Make 2 unarmored strikes. First strike is a 21.
21.
I always
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
He will take
I always knew Ryuka was
5
a
points
furry.
of damage.
Yeah, you bring your fist out. Whack! As your fist impacts into the flesh, the knoll almost kind of... Actually, these attacks would be at advantage because it's still considered prone. So it's still getting up.
Oh,
Are you rolling at advantage? Because I did tell you this before.
I mean,
I'll take that as a no.
I don't think I would be a 21. So.
Unless you want to try and roll a 20, but okay. So, for your second attack, as this first blow, whack! Right into the chest.
Second attack, I'm rolling at advantage this time. That is a 18 plus 6.
24.
24.
Yeah, 24. He takes 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. In total, or from the first roll? From just the first blow?
This is the second blow.
Okay. And the first blow was how much? Just
5.
trying to... 5 and 7. So that is 12. Got it.
That ends my turn.
Nice. So as you bring both fists across, you see as a bit of undead spittle just kind of flies out from the mouth of this knoll, and it looks down at you with this very furious undead grin as its teeth are riled all the way back. The flesh somewhat departed and corroded. You see its flabs of the jowls are currently looked to be some of them stitched back, some of them removed and missing, creating this very horrible visage of this knoll's teeth and mouth. It is going to go ahead and unleash a full, that is 3 attacks on you, 2 claws, and a bite.
3 attacks on me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. For the first attack, that is a that is a 10.
Nope.
Second attack is an 18.
Ooh, that hits it right on my.
And then the bite, another 15 or a 15. Okay.
Nope.
So as the first strike comes out, you parry it out of the way with your hands. As the second one comes through, you try your best, but the claw just comes through and rakes across your forearms as you try and block this one. You take 9 points of slashing damage as these claws rake across you.
I'm now at 37.
Oh, you're only at 37? Oh, no.
Oh no, whatever shall I do?
So as that ends the knoll's turn, as he just whack, and tries to slice across you, it now comes back to the necromancer, or the wizard. shall we say. Seems to be in more of a necromantic arts. He uses the wand, and as he casts it, he's going to try and hit you with a firebolt. That is a 19 to hit. Right, okay?
19 to hit.
Yes.
That hits.
Okay.
Wait, is this a missile?
It's a firebolt.
Does
spell.
deflect missiles work on firebolt?
I don't.
You can certainly try.
My God.
A fireball is technically a missile, even if we go back all the way to the beginning. I mean, what?
You
Use
can
reaction.
certainly try.
When you were hit by a ranged weapon attack. So.
Yeah.
I am certainly going to try.
Okay, make an Arcana check. This isn't the dexterity. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana, you say?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. This is an Arcana save.
I got a +1 to that. That's a 4.
You see as this bolt of fire comes out, and you try and catch it, and it burns the tip of your hands as you try and grab it, and it slams into your chest. You take 4 points of fire damage as it slaps into your chest, and you feel it kind of burn away some of the cloth you wear.
Owie.
Yep. All right.
You might actually
So-
get a one boop wonder.
Well, you're gonna see it.
For crying out
That's
loud.
for sure.
Anyway,
Ah, yes, I come back to famous last words. I mean, what?
you know what? No. I am a big boy. I can withstand these sort of things. You guys are gonna fucking die. All right.
God damn, the no was about to make the re-debut.
Clyde, it is now your turn. What would you like to do? Is you currently have what looks to be a large undead gnoll currently trying to sever the lifespan of Ryoka in front of you.
I'm going to cast vicious mockery and say, "Yo, stupid, over here."
It's not very wise, so that'll be, I believe it's a wisdom saving throw or a charisma saving throw.
I'm not sure because I, for whatever reasons, don't have it down on my sheet.
Let me check.
Oh, for the love of God.
I know.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
It's a wisdom save? Yeah, that's a base 13.
Look at your spells before you use them. I'm just as guilty as this.
My brother needs to learn that as well. It's like he's always like, "Hey, I'm gonna use the spell. Okay, great. Can you look it up for me?" God damn it.
Well, you know what? This is my first time casting a spell, so I get.
I understand. What is your spell save DC? It should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your ability cast. So 8 plus 2 is 10 plus your charisma since you're a bard. What's your charisma modifier?
4.
4, so it would be a 14. He just fails it with a 13, so go ahead and roll your D4.
D4.
Yep.
Natural 4.
4, alright. I believe, so it'd be 4 plus your charisma, I think?
No, it's just
So
4.
then it would be an 8.
Oh, just 4?
Okay, just 4
It's just
then.
4? Okay.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
So,
It doesn't
as
get
you-
modifiers.
Hey, stupid! You see as this gnoll looks at you, and you see this kind of like wince in pain, almost mentally. Whatever scraps of life to this thing even holds true to its brain. You see as it looks at you, almost hurt as your words ring true.
I feel bad now. Like,
What?
out of character,
Oh
I
my-
feel bad.
You mocked a gnoll. You mocked a gnoll,
mocked-
you bastard.
No, here's
How
the thing. You
dare
mocked
you.
a gnoll that's already dead.
Stop, please. He's already dead.
Stop, please! You violated the law.
Imagine if you killed something with that.
Oh god,
just-
death by
they just-
aneurysm wouldn't be
they-
You violated
surprising.
the
You
law.
insult someone so bad they just commit suicide right in front of you.
Ay.
Anyways,
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 back to the
I just-
dissection.
I just can't imagine it just like, fuck it, chainsaw noises.
that was so.
1 second.
That was so like well timed.
It was just beautiful. Entire
Alright.
thing.
Anyways, though.
so Clyde, with your turn, is that an action or a bonus action for vicious mockery?
It's a cantrip.
So that would be I believe, an action.
I'll look it up.
I have it right here. It is an action.
Okay. You have your movement and a bonus action. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna like go back. Like Clyde like peeked his head in to say that, and then just kind of like slides back into the hallway.
Taking your head out around, insulting the knoll, and then sliding right back into the hallway.
God
Oh
damn
shit,
it.
you saw me.
Every time you just pop in. Hey you there. Fuck you. And just
Yeah,
back
hey
out.
you. Fuck you. What's your name? Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel.
What's your name?
Blender sounds.
Today's arm is voiced by a chainsaw.
Alright,
Oh
so
god.
Clyde, if that ends your turn, we then have
It does.
Rowan. Rowan, what would you like to do? Is you currently have your catapult in front of you, currently not able to catapult you. You have Zoro on the other side who just got out of your ways towards the other side. What would you like to do?
Who's that in front of him? That's Iris. All right.
Right.
Rowan would just like start running towards Iris and just say, "Duck."
You run forward and you say, "Duck!" As you run forward, what action are you holding? Because you can only hold an action. You can't
Alright.
hold movement.
All right. I would like to hold my Thunderwave spell for whenever I get
It's
yeeted.
gonna hit everyone.
I have to get yeeted.
Oh
But
no.
that's gonna hit everyone.
All right, Rowan, does that end your turn? As you move forward, you hold your action to hold
Like,
Thunderwave.
The
Thunderwave.
plan basically is Iris to duck, somehow just jump over her, and have Nerm throw me in if it's feasible.
We're just turning this.
Might be feasible. You have no idea.
I'm just rolling with it at this point.
Does that end your turn?
That ends my turn.
Zahiri, as this chaos ensues, you see as Clyde pokes his head around and pokes back in, just as Volus seems to appear in front of Clyde in a puff of gray smoke, and then withdraws very quickly back behind after casting a spell that seemed to turn to ash into his hands. You are muted, by the way, so if you're talking, we can't really hear you.
I think they might be talking in no mic. Are they?
No, I'm thinking.
The big thong.
Always thinking, Moriarty. Always thinking.
Yeah.
Great.
Can we just make it canon that Draconic just sounds like saw noises?
Yeah.
He's just cursing in Draconic.
Nerv's like, I've never heard those words before.
Ah, the language of the gods.
Let me tell you of the language of my people. Opens noise.
Have you ever heard of Darth Plagueis?
Alright, is there could I get into the push forward to the bigger room?
10, 20. 25. You can get there with 25 feet of movement. So as you get in, you look to the left, you see this very large gnoll-like creature. You look to the right and you see what looks to be a wizened old man currently holding a wand and seems to be surprised at your entrance. But you manage to shove through Volus and Clyde.
Okay.
Clyde, you're blocking. You're making a blockage.
I'm sorry, I want to live.
Move it or lose it.
Do something.
You're
Yeah,
not
like
one hit. You're not a one hit.
yeah, you're not squishy. Do
Fair.
something.
This is Zahiri's turn. Zahiri, what would you like to do?
I'm just giving them a hard time.
The mage or the null? The mage or null? Or just attack Clyde? I mean, what?
I mean, honestly, I'm down for that.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Oof. What are you doing?
She's thinking about it.
What's the monster thing? Could I get
Yes.
closer to the monster thing?
You could, certainly.
Then yeah.
That you 10, 20, 25, 30. You can get about there. You can either get there or there with your movement speed. You get there to get closer,
Yeah.
or you can get there. All right, so there. So you're stepping over and onto a body that's currently resting half on and half on the slab that this knoll was on top of. All right. So what would you like to do? Because you are in melee range. If you'd like to make a melee attack.
Then yeah, I'm gonna attack.
Okay, go for it. What weapon will you be using? Your axe, correct?
Battle axe.
So D20 plus your strength. Plus proficiency.
So the +3 you have.
She's not level 5.
No, she showed me her weapon. She has a +3. It's +1, +2. So
Okay, got it.
+3.
So I add in the 3 numbers.
Yes.
Okay. So 3, that should be like 10.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you pretty much throw out your axe to try and attack, and the gnoll looks at you and just bats the axe away with his hand. Or with its hand.
So you didn't meet the AC.
No. Alright, so after that, Zahiri, does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nero, what would you like to do? Is you currently hear Rowan yell "Duck" behind you to Iris, but you don't really hear it in your rage.
Okay. Would it be feasible for Narum to grasp Rowan, reaching over Iris, and just essentially just chuck him into the bunch of cultists in front of him?
That would be difficult to say the least. Because you
Oh.
would have to pull out of combat, reach over Iris to grab Rowan, pull him back over Iris, step forward back into the cultist, and throw him into him like bowling ball to bowling pins.
Oh jeez.
The good news is that the damage he would take from you would keep him in range.
I'm already still enraged because they attacked me. And there's a much easier way to keep enraged. Narum is just gonna wail on the cultist in front of him. Taking the the great axe and just...
Just whack Rowan and turn smash one motherfucker with another motherfucker.
To be fair, at one point we should do that. But yeah, I'm just gonna use the great axe and just attack.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack roll. As you stand in front of these two cultists that are currently standing there in front of you.
That's a
Both
12.
of them are 12?
Yep.
Just misses.
Okay.
As you punch your axe out again, you see as one of them just manages to get the short sword in the way and stabs your great axe into the wall, and you hear it grind across the rocks.
Pulling the axe out, you see how that Nerub gets even angrier at that. Now not only confused, but actually, like, frustrated. And he's beginning to frenzy.
Okay, using bonus action Frenzy. As your world suddenly goes from being red to a fully grayed out scale. As the rage consumes your body, in your next turn, your frenzy will kick in, but you are now a seething ball of draconic rage.
Yep. And that ends my turn.
Okay. Ending your turn, we then have Iris pulling up the rear. What would you like to do?
I'd like to duck and take a few steps back as he jumps up.
Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to back up and jump?
I
What?
want to duck. I want to duck, and as he jumps, I want to take a few steps back, so that way if he lands, it's not on me.
Okay, so you want to switch places with Rowan.
Yes.
Okay, I'll say for the sake of this, you can use your action to switch places with him, just for the nature of what's going on, because he wouldn't really be having his movement because he can only hold his action.
Okay.
Okay. So using your action, you swap places with Rowan as you duck and kind of pull him around you as he kind of you almost scrape him into the wall, but you manage to get him around you nonetheless. So, is there anything else you would like to do? Is you have a bonus action.
What can I do on a bonus action? Because
Bonus actions are like minor things. It's for clerics would be a healing word. For a fighter, a bonus action would be to like trigger something like their not relentless endurance.
Second wind.
Thank you.
I mean, rogues can, they can use their cunning action to either disengage, dash, or hide.
Yeah. You could hide. You could go into stealth.
Or you can just get extra movement, I believe.
Yep, with
That's-
dashing.
Yeah. Bonus action dash.
I'll just leave it for now.
All right. So that brings us back to the top of the round with Zoram. Zoram, as it comes back and around to you, you kind of hear this like clattering of chain behind you. It seems to be coming from beyond the door that Ryoka closed again.
I just got back. What happened?
Iris used her turn back to the top of the round with Zoram. He kind of hears the clattering of chain behind him coming from the door. Or at least behind it.
Are they getting closer to the door?
You have no idea.
I can't tell. It's like you can't really tell if it's getting louder or louder.
If you want, you can make a perception check, but it'll cost you your action.
You know what? I'm just gonna turn to the door and kind of prepare ready a spell of the Tasha's Caustic Brew.
And you're going to cast it at the door, or are you going to hold your action?
I'm holding in case something comes through.
Okay.
I'm also going to kind of back up a little bit, like so.
All right, so you're going to back up through here. Back into the intersection, creating even more of a traffic jam. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Well,
so we're all here
these
for.
three all want to go this way, and I can't really get through anyone.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
That does end my turn.
Okay.
Join us in slaying the mage.
Vullis, it's now your turn. What would you like to do?
He kind of looks. He's gonna call it. Get the mage in the null die. He kind of like does that, and then he's gonna rush past Clyde, taking the first 10, and then going just in front. And let's see what I can do here. How many points I have? I'm gonna sacrifice a first level spell to get a sorcery point back,
Okay.
and
I believe
I'm
that takes a short rest, doesn't it?
short rest to regain
Convert.
it.
No, to
Hold on.
convert.
Let me just confirm that. You can use your sorcery points to gain additional spell slots, or sacrifice spell slots to gain additional sorcery points as a bonus action.
Okay, got it. Just making sure. So yes, you
Okay.
can do that. You now have a sorcery point.
Okay, and as long as the I just need to read one spell for a second. What was it? Okay. I am going to cast a twin. Um, a twin ray of frost.
Okay. And you're going to cast it at both the mage and at the
Yeah.
knoll, yes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Does he still have? That would be a bit risky for him. What he doing? Let's see. Yeah, he wants to stay alive. He doesn't like you. All right.
He doesn't
So
like.
yeah, he doesn't like you. So as you release the spell, he spends, and you see as the wand almost like releases a faint sparkle of light, and you are counterspelled, but it seems the wand has used its charges.
He kind of smirks. Wasn't gonna use a heavy spell this time, fool. Though he is counterspelled. He is actually going to. Um, let me see the map real quick. Uh, he's going to move forward 5, so he can't. Uh, he's now within each other's range.
Okay, so you're now as you move up, you advance towards him, and you see as the old man, the old wizard, just kind of he holds the wand out towards you and notices that it seems to be out of charges, and he goes to put it back, but it's not his turn. So Ryoka, what would you like to do? With currently, you see as Volus again tries to cast yet another spell, and it seems to again turn to steam in his hands.
I am busy. I'm gonna throw my returning dart to the wizard.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack.
That is a 18 plus 7, so big
Yeah, that hits.
number.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Roll damage.
He takes max damage, which is 9.
9.
9.
Good hit. So as you
Alright.
release the dart, it goes through and impacts into the old wizard's chest, and and he looks relatively weak now. And as he like reaches up to try and pull the dart out, it returns to your hand.
She just shoots a grin, and then I'm gonna spend another key point for flurry of blows to attack
Go
the
for it.
gnoll.
I think you mean furry of blows, don't you?
Shut up.
Go for it.
Alright, I no longer have advantage because he's up, so
Yeah,
this
he's standing up.
is gonna be a 18 to hit for the first strike.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oops. He takes 8 points of damage for the first hit.
Oof. Nice.
And for the second hit, that is another 18 to hit.
That hits.
And he takes 6 points of damage.
Ooh, very nice, very nice, very nice. So as you and pretty much bringing your fist right into the torso of this, you feel bones starting to jar underneath this heavy torso. After that, does that end your turn? As you
Yes.
flurry of blows? Okay. It is going to unleash a full combat attack on you. That is the 2 claws and the bite. A 19 and an 18.
To hit me?
Yes.
Both hit.
Okay. For the first strike. You take 10 points of slashing damage as these claws rake across your front as you're trying to keep your guard up. The second attack, you take, oh, damn, another 10 points of slashing damage.
Ooh,
My D6
I'm
don't
hurt.
like me today. My D6 don't like me today.
I'm very hurt.
And the gnoll then gets the bite. As it tries to go out and bite you, it sticks its tongue a bit too far out, and when it snaps down, it seems to almost like chew its own tongue off.
Oh.
Does a point of damage to itself. Roll a
Did
natural
it
one.
roll a 1?
Roll a 1. So as this gnoll strikes you twice with its claws, and just slices through you, and then almost comedically, in comic relief, this bite comes out and the tongue comes through, and you block it with your fist. And as you shove upwards, you see as the jaw collides, and part of the tongue falls out of its mouth, pretty now detached from the rest of the body.
Ew.
All right. So, after that ends the gnoll, we're going to go ahead with the wizard. Yeah, he doesn't like the situation. He is going to use his action to disengage and run. He's going to go through the doorway. And you see him disappear through the still opened stone doorway. It is fine. And you're not sure where he goes. You just see a slightly palish white and gray light on the other side. But he disappears through it. Oh, yeah, the spell would still be in effect. Got it.
Would that also cause them attack of opportunity?
For Volus, yes, that would be an attack of opportunity. Volus.
Did he go AFK?
I can't tell if he's snoring again or if he is still here. His mic's lighting up, but he's not. It's like, I'll disconnect him from the call. Rejoin the call.
I think he's dead.
Yep.
Mid-combat.
For fuck's sake. Really? Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Discord. Round of applause. Round of applause. An amazing system.
Discord has been fucking up a lot lately.
Yep.
Discord is the best.
And then
Hey,
shall we
I
go
At
mean,
least
to
it's
it's
better
very-
than Google.
moment.
It's better than Google Class. Or at
That
least Google.
and Zoom?
I
and
mean,
Skype?
it is the best compared to literally anything else on the market right now.
The only thing that's maybe better is Mumble, but also Mumble requires someone to run a dedicated server. You know?
I tried using TeamSpeak once, but I have no idea how the fuck that works.
Don't you have to pay for TeamSpeak?
No.
It's free to
only for the
use,
server.
but you have
But yeah. A dedicated
Like
server
when you
costs money.
join like a server, like say for an Arma group, it's kind of like that. Like the Arma group, like the leaders of it, kind of pay for the channel, but it's free to use, but you have to pay to have servers.
That's dumb.
I hate
That's
it.
how they make money.
I don't-
It's almost like Minecraft servers. It's like with Minecraft, you have to pay for the server, you have to maintain a monthly fee. Oh, I just looked at the description for the Twitch. It said, well, we lost. It's like, yep, we did. All right, so I'll just make that attack for Hollis because he's currently, he's gone at the moment.
He's making the same noises that the saw makes.
Yeah, he's melee attack. That's gonna hit 6, 4. All right. As the wizard gets through the door, he releases what looks to be some sort of. He tries to hit him with. I believe he would have a short sword or something, but he attacks him, and it kind of carves through the old wizard's back, but doesn't do enough to have the old man fall over. But he makes his way out. All right. So at the end of that, we then have Clyde. Clyde, what would you like to do?
Can I go after the wizard?
You certainly can. So you 25, 30. With 30 feet, you'd be able to get it through the doorway.
Okay, how close is he to the doorway? Is he like right there? Like
You have, as you get through it, he's maybe about 5 feet in front of you. He's pretty far. He may. Okay, so that would be what was. He was here, so turns around, disengage 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He would be there.
damn.
So
Okay,
I will
so I
give you.
can't.
I will give you a representation of where you are.
Hmm.
All right. This is going to be a white line over to the somewhat north of this. Boom. You're met with a rather tight hallway over to this side.
Whoop, we're gone. I can't see from because of the stream. Oh wait, there we go.
You enter from over here.
Mm-hmm.
You have the doorway here,
All right.
and you're in a stone hallway again. But this one is very finely made. It seems almost like castle walls.
Mm-hmm.
And he is currently running.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back.
Hey,
Well,
finally back.
my entire Discord decided to crash and burn on me, so
Fantastic.
Okay, hold on. Give
Yeah.
me one.
I'm gonna go get some
Second.
spaghetti sauce.
All right. So, Clyde, does that end your turn? You still have an action.
I know. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
1,
2.
3.
Okay.
15.
With my entertainer's pack, I'd like to pull out a candle and try and chuck it at his head at such a velocity, hopefully he'll get knocked out. Is that something I can do?
You can certainly try.
What do I have to roll for that?
Make an improvised weapon attack. This will be roll a d20 plus your strength as you throw this candle at him.
Alright, plus strength.
How heavy is the candle?
Maybe,
Well,
maybe half a
I
pound.
don't have a
Maybe.
bonus in strength, so it's just a regular 18.
Yeah. Regular 18.
Yeah.
You boom, throw the candle at him and it bounces off the back of his head. It does 1 point of damage. 1 point of damage. He's still running.
Why couldn't you have used a spell?
That is your action. As you reach back, draw a candle, and yeet! And you throw the candle as it arcs through the air almost like a tomahawk and dunks him right in the head.
I don't get it.
Oh god, that was loud.
Yeah.
You know what? I should have lit it on fire.
Would have
I
been
should have
fun,
lit
right?
the candle on fire.
Right now, you just took a stick of wax with a. Essentially,
Yes, this
just a
will
stick of wax,
certainly knock him out.
threw it at him, and it just went.
Oh my god, I love your soundboard!
And it just goes dunk.
Oh wait, I had a crowbar.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Wait, no. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong pack for whatever reasons. I saw an engineer's pack. It's not the same thing. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I did not have a
And now
crowbar.
from my entertainers pack, I pull a crowbar and become Gordon Freeman.
Wake up, Mr. Freeman.
Oh god.
Not to
Forehead
imply that you are
expands.
sleeping on the job.
I need to add a better
No one
TTV
is
emote to my
more
channel right
deserving
now.
of a rest than a man such as yourself. But, shall we say,
Do you want
your
another piece?
services are required.
Would you want another piece?
Okay, so after Clyde, we have Rowan. Rowan, what would you like to do as you feel the chaotic fields of energy? You feel someone has joined you in the ranks of chaos. Something has happened. There's a disturbance in the force.
Give me a second. I have to make sure of something.
Blender sounds.
Blender sounds.
I have to make sure the blender sounds are accurate.
I celebrate this great victory by drawing out my bucket and throwing it over Nairm's shoulder.
Oh my gosh. The bucket.
Make an improvised melee strength. Make an improvised ranged. Improvised strength ranged attack.
This
I hate
emote.
it.
Oh jeez, it's not loaded yet. Dang it.
It's D20 plus my strength, correct?
Let me just refresh
Yep.
the chat.
Alright, well, that's an 8 plus 2, so 10.
10. You draw the bucket from your hip and throw it out, and as you throw it, Niram just manages to look and get out of the way as it flies past his shoulder and head. You see the cultists do the same, and they duck out of the way. Just everybody looks confused for about 3 seconds as the bucket just flies through the air and impacts
yes,
the side of the wall.
What they didn't know is that I suddenly turned into a blender.
Fuck it. Blender noise. Blenderizes.
What was that?
That was the blender.
That was the sound of me beating my head against my keyboard.
Oh my god, this is just.
This is just turning into a shit post.
Yep. I'm so sorry, Grape.
Right. Don't let your memes be dreams, I guess. Alright. Rowan, as you make that, does that end your turn?
That ends my turn.
Okay. Zahiri, what would you like to do? You're currently in melee combat with this Null.
Wait, Grape, I have a question.
Yes.
Since my Discord was being a bit of a pain in the ass, how did the wizard leave him? Because they wanted to do the attack.
The door was still open. The door was still open, and he went back through it.
Oh, that means he will have left my 5 feet.
Yes. And you made an attack. You dealt damage to him, but not enough to pretty much kill him.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Yeah, I might be a second-rate DM, but that doesn't mean I'm a stupid second-rate DM.
I was just curious because I couldn't hear anything.
All right. So, Zahiri, again, with yourself, what would you like to do?
She's gonna strike at the thing again.
Go
with
for
her
it.
axe.
Make your attack.
Uh, 15, then 18.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, And if there's a +1 beside it, do I add that as well?
Yes, you add the +1.
Then 5.
5. You swing your axe out across, and you make a hefty thunk as this axe impacts into the heavy undead flesh of this gnoll. As you tear it out, you see some of the flesh and bone kind of tear out with it. Gnoll's starting to look hurt. Okay. So, does that end your turn as you currently have your axe buried into this gnoll and you withdraw it?
Yeah.
Okay. Niram, as you see a bucket fly past you in your over-exuding, furious rage, it calms you for a second, but the moment you look back towards the cultist, your rage just consumes you yet again.
Oh no, the bucket does not calm Nerim.
No, I'm saying it's like it gives you a moment of calm, like what the fuck?
No,
and
it's
then
just,
you look back to the
it
cultist,
aggravates
like,
him
oh,
even more to know that the bucket has intruded his life again.
yes,
And now nothing shall
exactly.
stand in his way. And he makes 2 attacks, one for his action and one for his bonus action. Towards the cultist
Okay.
in front of him.
There are 2 cultists in front of him, so you can make 1 attack on 2, or on.
Alright.
You can make 1 attack on one of them and 1 attack on the other one.
I'll hit the one that I've hit last round first.
Okay, go for it. It's the one with the knife.
That is 24.
That hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
They all have stilettos.
And that is 11 damage.
11. Ooh, shit. Ow.
Wait,
That hurt him.
13, sorry. I always forget the rage
13.
mod.
13. Yeah, as you, again, punch this axe out, since you don't have enough room to swing it, you whack and press it pretty much into the center of this guy's chest, and it sinks right into it. The flesh and bones somewhat giving way beneath it. The armor this guy's wearing seems to be not doing its job.
Are they still alive?
Barely.
Follow-up attack. Just punching
Alright.
on the axe head to bury it
Alright,
even
go
deeper.
for it. Go for it.
Another 24.
Yeah. Just ignoring the amount of pain as you drive your hand onto the back blade of your great axe, you whack, shove it forward, and you hear a loud crunching sound as your axe breaks through the chest of this cultist and it shatters inward. And he is a dead cultist. He's a very dead cultist.
And he just...
The one with the short sword seems to be a bit... Not that you would care in your rage, but this one seems to be a woman. This one seems to be a female.
Yep.
He believes in true gender equality.
Yep.
Well,
Equal rights, equal fights!
you literally see him, like, the blood running from his hand, just frothing at the mouth. Nothing but a red film in his eyes. Oh dang, did that...
Wow,
I was about to say, that
two
first command
months.
still doesn't work for you? I did set it
No.
to work for
The
VIPs.
D&D doesn't work.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. I'll punch that in myself.
Yeah. So, definitely a dead cultist at your feet, so you have 2 of them somewhat blocking the way again. Does that end your turn? Because your action bonus action.
And, yeah, Naren will... Can I move around them, or is the space too small to, like, maneuver to the side?
It would be too small. You are a large figure, and they are currently in the way.
Okay, then he just plants his feet where he is and just keeps on
Okay.
guarding the entrance, I guess.
Yeah. There is a large puddle of blood starting to pool at your feet, but you don't care since you're so enraged. After
Angered.
that, yeah, Iris, what would you like to do? As you currently have Niram, as you hear the sickening sound of a chest caving in as this axe head goes through it.
Beth, I think you're muted.
Is
or she, as per usual, has left because she doesn't like Dungeons and Dragons. We force
No.
her here.
She's not down here, so. Or if she did, she was very sneaky about sneaking past me.
So sneaky that she just snuck out of the campaign.
Well, no, I'm
Do we have
literally
another
underneath
Boas
the
incident?
stairs.
Oh, go yell at her.
She's LARPing a rogue.
Who?
Oh,
She left.
Was that
her
one?
Discord might have
Yeah, that might
basically.
have been Discord. Give him a moment.
Well, if her Discord crashed, Hope, go get her. Bring her into your room. You'll use your computer. If not, unless you can get Discord to work. Hey, she returns.
Oh, hello,
Broad little daughter.
robot.
Looks like a detached dandelion head. consistent
Beth,
with
do you want to
Hello?
just come down? Okay, hello.
nozzles that
My PC was throwing a temper tantrum. What did I miss?
for only $40, which is how much
It's
Jose,
now
we're
your
hearing
turn.
your stuff.
Something about $40.
Yeah,
What?
we're hearing a lot of
Vientus.
stuff from Vientus
Jose,
and
we're hearing your
from
background
Jose.
stuff.
Jose, we can hear what you're listening to. I'm just letting you know.
We can
My
tell you're
bad.
watching YouTube and not
That's not
paying
me
attention.
though. That's my brother across the fucking room. My bad.
Sounded
Why
like it
is
was
your brother
right
in your
next to
room?
you.
He has no sense of volume. And he just
That's
had. And he just shoot him out.
So Beth, what would you like to do?
I don't know because my PC threw a temper tantrum.
Okay, you are currently in front of Rowan, who is in front of, or you're currently behind Rowan, who is behind Murim, who is in front of a bunch of cultists. You have no way of really getting around unless you want to throw another dagger through two people to try and hit a cultist on the other side, or you want to turn around and try and get into the room that's over in this way.
I'll
You
throw
want
a
to?
dagger.
Okay. I will say for this, if you roll a 9 or lower, you have a chance at hitting one of your party members in the back.
Time to get out the way. No, I don't have any.
To wait until he actually does roll below.
Weighted dice,
She
yes.
rolled an 8.
I rolled a 12 plus its dexterity, which is 15.
Now you flip a coin to see who you hit.
15 hits. So as you throw your other dagger, go ahead and roll damage. And it does count as sneak attack against this cultist.
Yes, I was just about to say. Let me get my.
Damn, right. Ira's trying to act like she's from the Matrix, trying to hit the hard to reach places to get a kill.
I mean, isn't that how you're
So my
supposed to do it?
my D4 is a 4, and then my D6s are a 7.
Okay. So 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 points of damage. Good Christ, Rowan!
Rowan, you're worse than me.
What are you
Damn,
doing?
Rowan.
Like, what's happening?
I have a cat rubbing against my headset.
Use push
Stop.
to talk.
So this cultist takes 11 points of damage.
Stop. Fuck.
Ooh,
What
the
is
claws are
Got
out.
you.
Doing?
Stepping
cat.
on the nuts, probably.
No, angry cats decided to, if you can't get out of a grasp, the good old fashioned way, just start clawing your way out.
Oh no.
See,
The problem is, once I let her go, she just keeps staying there, and as I try to pull her off, she just... Ow.
Do it quickly so that way there's less damage.
this is why you have beef jerky with you to give to your pets.
Alright. So now the cultist's turn. They're seeing what's going on. These guys are gonna run as well.
I love cutting off circulation to my feet.
Don't we all?
What is going on today?
Let's see. Cats murdering each other, buckets being thrown, nulls being raised from the dead, and people trying to huddle inside a singular hallway. Do I need to explain anything else?
I was
forgot
referring
about
to
the
cutting off
candles.
circulation to your feet. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Zoram,
You know what?
Zoram,
After the game.
you actually see, as this comes to be, you actually see a white hand, pale white, comes out from behind the door through the hole and is like feeling around, and you see it grab the handle to the door and starts opening the door.
Why does it always have to be cold?
You guys decided to go through the sewers and fuck with a box. You guys decided to fuck with a cult.
How was I supposed to know it was a cult?
Look, we're just a group of foreheads, okay? We just find something up and just go.
Brain cell.
Am I wrong though? I'm the one that's thinking here.
Oh, shut up, brain cell!
Shut up, sentient being! We the hive mind, we the hive mind have decided to go. Haha, box go brr.
Smart
At this
one,
okay,
your-
at this point, I would like to believe that the chaotic.
Oh my god!
Smart one, your voice was not requested.
At this point, I like to believe that the chaotic alignment is actually just like it is a hive mind by itself. Anyone who enters the chaotic alignment just becomes a dumbass.
We are the chaotic stupid.
You merge with the chaos.
Yes, it would take your action to cast the spell because you did hold your action. You still have the spell prepared.
Just awkward silence.
Because we're waiting for he who cannot speak unless in blender noises.
Nope, he's mine.
Oh my god!
My point.
I've stolen a puppy.
What?
Okay, Tasha's Caustic Brew. I believe I know what that spell does. I believe it is a Constitution saving throw, correct? It's a dex save. These things are not very dexterous because they are undead. They don't care. So that would be... yeah, no. On a disadvantage, I rolled a 7 and a 1 for pretty much, I believe it's a 30 foot by 5 foot, so you'd be able to catch 1, 2, they'd be off to the side, they were off to the side. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you catch all three of these. All three of these in that line. So go ahead and roll your damage. Waiting. I hate the fucking waiting.
I imagine just the mental image of the Windows 95 set, like hourglass icon, just slowly turning.
Mm-hmm. This party might have one brain cell, but that doesn't mean you guys need to act like you only run on one.
For your information, we act like we're on 2. Thank you very much.
Who's the second brain cell?
Us as a collective.
No. We, as a collective, are one brain cell. Valis is the other 4.
Here,
When did we get 5 brain cells? I thought we were running under 1.5.
No. Valis actually has brain cells. He does have brain cells. No, the quote very clearly says, "Look, we have 5 brain cells together, and he has 4 of them."
I thought we lost some brain cell power.
So
though.
that's 7.
That's my
Yeah, that was
No.
7 points.
You see, because another party member joined us, the brain cells, like the one brain cell shared between us, literally just got like split up into smaller pieces.
It gets more and more diluted.
Yeah, so instead of like having 1/5 of the brain
We-
cell, now we share
we
1/6 of the brain cell.
Yeah, we
We
don't
take turns on-
increase. We just.
We just like whine to each other like, Ryoka, DM said it's my turn on the brain cell.
Yeah, Mom said it was my turn.
No, the DM said it.
Who said the DM was not mom in this situation?
Yes, he
shit.
is our babysitter for the day.
Yeah. I'm not the mom. I'm not the mom. I'm the tired babysitter from The Incredibles who has learned to bring a fire extinguisher and cookies.
You're the babysitter that doesn't get paid. You're an intern.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm an intern.
Anyways.
No,
Okay,
because
Anyway.
can
Gets
at
a
least
cut from
find
my good
some
payout.
enjoyment.
20.
Oh man, these things move fast. These things move fast. No.
Oh, yes, they do. The other three, as you release the spell, the acid washes over them, and you watch as they just melt apart. These things don't have too many hit points. But as they get up to you rather quickly, it will make one attack on you. It is a bite attack. They don't use their claws. That is
in D&D?
You have no idea. That is a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. As this zombie comes over and with horrible, rotted, gnashing teeth attempts to bite you, you put your hands out and manage to stop it at the shoulders. It doesn't seem to be using its hands, but it tries to be getting a grip on you. But it's staying right there, and it's just trying to bite at you constantly.
Do I leave this for the other three?
Right, and they will use their bonus and their action to dash. They are gone.
Do I leave these two for the other three?
All right. Does that end your turn, sir?
Oh, it was that was my turn? I thought like
No,
because I had this
I was
prepared.
trying to get your attention. Anyway, back to the top. We have you. Now it's your turn. You currently have one that's in melee range of you and trying to bite you, and the other one is currently.
Considering how easy those things went down, I'm going to actually. Oh my goodness, the cat noises.
Topaz, stop it! You aren't in this campaign.
Would I have heard about like the wizard running away?
No, you have no idea.
Right. Okay.
The only thing you saw really was when you looked, you saw Clyde running off.
Right. Well, I guess I'm just going to just use frostbite on these on the one behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and make your. I believe it's a save, right?
Yeah, it's a Constitution saving throw.
That's a natural 20, but it ain't gonna matter. They only have one hit point, so it's dead.
Okay.
All right. So what else do you want to do?
I was just double checking something here. Yeah. So I'm just going to try and kind of give myself some space from these guys. So I'm gonna probably move this guy.
He's dead. And you're gonna move here?
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself some space.
Okay. That does provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
That's a 19 to hit.
yeah, that definitely hits.
You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Okay,
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
it's a good thing I am proficient in those. I don't know why I'm proficient in Constitution saving throws, but okay.
Because you need to deal with explosions.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. So, as you get bitten, as you're trying to turn and run, it gets a bite into your shoulder, even through your armor. And you feel something, but you're not sure what. But you keep running through and you ignore it. But as you look back to this creature, you actually see the runes on it are starting to glow. And that's as much as you can see with the 6 seconds that you just turn and run.
Yeah, I'm kind of sticking so that way I can still strike it again, but I would like to kind of get farther into those rooms, but still be able to see the zombie.
Then you would have to be like there.
Oh.
Like if you went there, you wouldn't be able to see him.
Okay.
Like you might see him just as he comes around the corner, but other than that, he's pretty much like 3/4 cover from you.
Right. Just quickly double checking something here. Now I can't use a bonus action to like prepare a spell, right?
No, it's an action.
Okay. Then I guess that's kind of my movement there.
Game, what the heck are you doing with that?
I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to stop it from moving.
It stopped.
Yeah, that's my movement.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
That's my movement. All right. Vullis, what would you like to do as you currently see the old wizard just takes off, turning around and disengaging from you? So, actually, yeah, since he disengaged, he wouldn't have actually had to take that damage.
Oh. Alright, he's gonna follow.
All right. So, as you run through 5, 10, 15, you emerge the other side through this whitish gray light, and you run immediately poof, right into Clyde, who's currently running his way through as well.
Can I try to get around?
So you were here 5 and 15, 25,
That would be 30 right in front of Clyde.
30.
Could I
30
preferably
be
be
there.
one? Can I be preferably one more back instead? Yeah, there. Okay, and seeing as he has no more treasures left, he's gonna say, "Your time is up, old man," and he casts Scorching Ray.
Okay, Scorching Ray. All right, so saving throw.
Saving throw.
Scorching Ray is a saving throw, correct?
Let me check. You create 3 rays of fire, hurl them at the target.
Range spell
Within
attack.
range, you can hurl them. Yeah, it's a ranged spell attack.
Okay, then make your 3 attacks.
Okay, 1, 2. Here's my second, and so I created the first one. I got a 17 on the second one, and I got a 12 for the third one.
Okay. The third one does not hit, and the second one you said?
I got a 23, so I critted my first one. A 17.
I understand. I said your second one.
Oh, 17.
17 just hits.
Okay, and the last one's 12.
Okay, the last one does not hit. So the first and second one hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Okay. The crit got an 11, and the other one got a 7, so would that would be 18?
18. Yeah, that's. You do the damage, but he's still running. He's still somehow running.
Damn, that old man got
Hey,
legs.
Beth, do you want a
As-
slice of cheesecake?
I would love a slice of cheesecake.
I too would love a slice of cheesecake.
Well, if I could give you a slice of
I think
I do love a slice of cheesecake.
sure. All right.
Hey,
I think I know who else would like a cheesecake.
You know what? Everyone gets cheesecake.
Thank you.
Alright,
has-
FedEx me some.
It has strawberries on the top and also some grapes and blueberry.
Perfect. Send it over.
Sends.
All right.
Gonna fucking die.
Do it!
So, as this wizard just manages to keep going.
oh
Oh,
god.
Lord. All right. We next up have Ryoka. Ryoka, he's still in front of this undead knoll that is giving you so much trouble.
Can I try and move behind it and flank it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
And
get over there.
then I am going to use my quarterstaff, versatile, so it does 1d8,
Uh-huh.
and whack!
Okay. So make your attacks. These are at advantage because the creature is flanked.
That is a 25 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
He will take 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right. Whack! You actually see as parts of the back actually cave in from the force of the blow. Like part of where the shoulder meets the muscle, part of that actually becomes, instead of concave, or convex, it's concave now.
Alright, that's
He's
annoying.
looking rough.
Tasty.
Right. Does that ends your turn? It is now the knoll. The
I
knoll's going to turn around and make one swipe at you, another swipe at Zahiri, and who would the bite go to? Yeah, he just doesn't like you, right? He really doesn't like you. So he's going to make one. This is the claw attack. It's a 17 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. The bite,
Thank you.
that is a 17 again.
Misses.
And then on Zahiri, claw attack, that is a 19.
That hits.
Okay. You take. Oh. Ouch. You take 9 points of slashing damage as this knoll just rips its claws across the front side of your armor. All right. Now it's to the wizard. Boom. 15, 20, 25, 30. There. Yeah, this old man can run. As he gets through, he turns the corner, almost skidding, and he's trying to run. He's looking exceptionally rough.
Oh jeez. Camera, please.
He's gonna use his action to get the fuck out. This is 5, 10, 30.
He's gonna use his action to just disappear.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
When it's my turn.
Okay. So that ends the wizard's turn.
Yeah, he ends his turn by just going.
Yeah. We have Clyde. Clyde, what would you like to do?
I'm going to climb over Willis, and
10,
then I'm going to chase after him. I'm gonna chase
15,
after
20,
the
25,
wizard.
30. You make it there.
Damn it!
You can sprint.
Yeah, you can dash. Then you get
Yes,
another 30
let
foot.
me dash.
Becky, let me dash.
Make it there, but you do not have an action, and you have a bonus action. Do not have an action.
I'm going to take the backpack off of my back, and I'm going to yeet it at his head.
You don't have an action.
Oh.
You don't have the action to do so. You had to sprint.
Right. What can I do as a bonus action?
Not very much, I believe.
Well, you can inspire someone.
I mean, you can use a bonus action to attack without a modifier.
That's if you have That's if you are dual weapon.
Can I inspire him to stop, like in his tracks?
I don't know. You can use this without
Make a general charisma check. Just a general charisma check.
Giving him the old puppy eyes. Please,
Alright.
don't run away.
That would be a dirty 20, so 24.
You say, "Wait! Stop!" He doesn't stop.
Oh.
How does it
Roll to seduce him.
Yes,
Use your bard powers.
use your bard. It's
Be
your
one with the
calling.
bard.
You don't have to actually sleep with him. This isn't our. This isn't.
Yeah, do what Ryoka did. Ask him out to a date and don't actually show up.
Oh,
One question: Did you roll in that? Did you roll in that 20?
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20.
Because you said dirty 20 and it
Yeah, I'm
confused
like,
the
how
heck
is a
out of
dirty
Yubi.
20 making 24?
Well, plus the charisma.
Yeah, but how is a dirty 20 making?
A dirty 20 is made if your modifiers add it up to 20.
So if you like roll a 16 plus 4, that's a dirty 20.
I did not know that.
Can't believe a natural 20 didn't stop him.
20
I
doesn't
mean, let's
always.
be
20
let's be
doesn't always
honest.
work.
If someone's
always
chasing
work.
you, trying to kill you, and they scream stop, you're not gonna stop.
Exactly.
I
would.
Yeah, but you're also gullible.
In real life, someone's running after you with like a fucking knife in their hand or something, and they tell you to stop. Are you gonna stop?
They run after you with a bagpipe and
Exactly.
buckets.
It's even more of a reason to not stop.
Alright, but I guess that's the end of my turn.
Alright.
And now, Poppy, I would like you to self-reflect.
The entire campaign is just gonna be chasing after this wizard, huh?
Oh my god!
Fighting this gnoll and chasing after this goddamn wizard.
You just get asked to make new character sheets at the end of the campaign. Just like you see this wizard run away, run past, and 2 characters after it.
Okay, so with that, next up in the initiative order, we have our usual suspect, Rowan. What would you like to do?
Speaking of bagpipes and buckets.
I would like to cast Mind Sliver on the cultist in front of Niram, just peeking over his shoulder and casting it.
Okay, I believe it is a con save or a wisdom save.
It is
Mind Sliver is
an
intelligence.
intelligence save.
Intelligence save.
Something that I would fail.
That's a 10.
It is a, if I'm not mistaken, 13 to succeeds, so he fails it.
All right.
Intelligent.
She fails it.
She. Alright.
It's all
Well,
wham.
equal rights, equal fights. I don't have my dice, so I keep having to use the bot. So it's 1d6. That is 3 damage. And the first time it makes a saving throw before the end of my next turn, it must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the save.
All right. So it takes 5 damage, you said?
3.
3. I was way off.
How dare you insult this woman? I actually don't know what you did.
I mind slivered
As
her, not
you-
vicious mockery.
Yeah. As you release the spell, you see almost this blackish crown appear around the head as you almost whisper an incantation of almost a rhythm and a hymn you've heard before. And it sounds dark and mischievous and almost downright corrupted as you bring this up to this woman, and she, like, you see her wince in pain as she brings her hands up and tries to, like, calm the pain. She's not used to this. So, after that, we have Zahiri. Zahiri, what would you like to do as you just got swiped at by this gnome?
She's gonna strike back.
All right, go for it.
Welcome, welcome, everyone, to No Punching Hours.
We're
I'm actually surprised that Rowan would fight back.
Right, and
means
what
that
did
I
you
would
hear?
fight back.
Yeah, an 18.
You think that hits? Go ahead and roll damage.
8, huh?
Go ahead and roll damage.
Four.
4. You slice in again. You are taking this knoll apart, and it is looking like it's about to fall apart.
Dream, do you have any modifiers on your weapon?
It's a +3.
So it's 3 plus 3.
Mm.
Right?
What?
No,
weapon-
she rolled
No.
damage, which is a +1.
Ah, okay, so it's...
It's just, yeah, for the strength modifier.
Ah, so it's a plus... Wait, doesn't strength get applied to weapons? Or is that only finesse with
No.
dexterity?
No.
Strength gets applied to weapons, but it's without the proficiency modifier. And
Yeah.
since Ahiri has a +1 on strength checks, it's just a +1. On hit, the proficiency modifier boosts it to a +3.
So if you're proficient with the weapon, you get, like, the...
Extra
Thing
on
on the-
hit, but the damage is
Okay.
only calculated
So,
using your base.
Here,
Alright.
does that end your turn as you keep taking apart this knoll? You see as the axe slices across, you see as more of this kind of dried blood and kind of congealed red ichor just kind of starts spilling out of it. It's looking pretty rough.
Never ceases to crack me up.
The gnoll just opens his mouth and releases that noise.
Yeah, I think I am.
So, all right. So, Zahiri, as that ends your turn taking apart the snow, Niram, what would you like to do?
What he does best. Murder.
Go for it. Take apart this poor woman cultist. Go for it.
Another Jesus Christ, that's the third 19. That's another 24 to
That-
hit.
That hits. Go ahead, roll damage. Stop using your weighted dice, man. Go
I'll
on.
use a second dice after this. Don't you worry. That is another 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. Yeah. She as she's currently like reeling from the pain of the experience of the spell that Rowan cast. You absolutely just jam your axe in and whack. And as it goes in, you pretty much shove it right into where the clavicle meets the neck. and you sever it all the way until you feel spinal column. And then you
Ooh.
rip the axe out, and she just falls apart to the side.
There's just a pile of bodies right
Oh
there.
yeah, there's like 3 bodies there. Yeah.
At this point, we should just bring like every fight into a narrow hallway and just get the positions down.
Just put Narum in front and just look at him like
We just
ripping
use like
through
the
them.
fucking Spartan tactic. Just
Yup,
have a small
just funnel
hallway,
them.
just let them funnel in, yeah.
But yeah, after that, that's pretty much the turn. Because there are almost there are no other targets that are not friendlies. So, like, the only thing he might do is just continue hacking down just dismembering the corpse.
These cultists are dead, but if you keep whack, and just taking these corpses apart, there isn't much left of them that pretty much construes them as a humanoid. Right? Iris, it now comes to your turn as Niram ends his. What would you like to do as Niram is currently taking apart bodies and just spraying blood everywhere?
Beth.
Did your Discord die again?
Oh no, she's currently eating cheesecake.
Careful, it's all gonna go to your hips.
Oof. Well, looking at Iris,
That's fair. All right. Beth, if you could spare us a second from your cheesecake, that'd be great.
Nothing can defeat the cheesecake.
That's
yes,
fair.
it can. 2 cheesecakes. And that throw.
Mood.
Beth! Oh, love of God, woman.
Beth.
All right, you know what? If she doesn't want to,
Maybe just skip her turn for right now. Say that she holds.
She's too
Sure.
shocked at the brutality she has just
yeah,
witnessed.
she's shocked, absolutely shocked at the brutality that's going around.
Just pulls out a
Glad
piece
we're
of
glad
cheesecake
the
and starts
cultists.
munching.
Zombie comes around, sees her, takes an attack at Iris. That's a 19, which I believe hits. She takes, it'll be 1 point of damage plus 3. So she takes 4 points of necrotic damage, and I need her to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
beautiful.
Okay, I guess if she doesn't want to make it, I'll roll it for her. That's good. But again, the runes start glowing a little bit brighter on this zombie figure as Iris gets bitten. All right, so after that, we have back to the top of the round. Zoram, what would you like to do as you currently see getting bit Iris down the hall?
I am
Just
back.
double checking. Oh my goodness.
Oh, now she's back.
I'm
Now she's
going to
back.
use.
What I miss?
He got bitten.
You got
Oh.
bit. You took 3 points, or so you took 4 points of necrotic damage, and I needed you to make a con save. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Maybe
Scared.
say when you're gonna go AFK.
Yeah.
Natural 20 plus 3, 23.
All right.
Thought it was gonna land on 1, and it didn't, and I'm really grateful.
Just to let you know, I'm going to use catapult on a rock.
I'm sorry, I mean 2, not 1. I can't read.
All right. So, Beth, Iris, as you feel this bite come around and you get bitten right in the shoulder, and you're like, ah, shit, and you look over and you see this very undead face looking at you and currently biting into your shoulder. You turn around and you feel something kind of like course slightly through, but you kind of shake it off, and you no longer have that feeling on. No.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But you do see the runes glow just a little bit brighter on this zombie figure.
Can I stab it? Or is it not my turn?
It's not your turn just yet,
Okay.
but it was when you left, so I'll allow you to make an attack just because you were holding an action.
Thank you. I'll take my rapier, so I have my sneak attack bonus.
Okay. Well, you don't get your sneak attack from this because there was nobody. There's nobody around them.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just you.
Right.
Like the
And then
prerequisite.
attacking is plus dexterity, correct?
Yes.
21.
How much?
21 to attack. It's
Yeah,
18 plus 3.
that hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
That's a D4, right?
D8 because you're using a rapier.
Okay. Natural 8 plus dexterity, so that is 11.
Yeah. Your rapier pierces through the chest of this corpse, and it still remains standing.
Mhm.
It seems it's a little bit stronger.
Thank you.
All right. So, taking 11 points of damage. After that, back to the top of the round, we have Zoram. Zoram, you're catapulting. Go ahead and make your ranged spell attack.
Actually, the creature needs to make a dexterity saving throw because what I'm doing is I've put
That is a
rock down.
that is a no, that's a 12. 14 minus 2.
It does not make the save, so it takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So first roll, that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
Second roll, that's 2. Third roll, that's 7.
Yeah, that as you whoosh, catapult the rock forward, it slams into the backside of the zombie, creating a very, very nasty crack-like sound as it just kind of pierces through. Iris, you are showered in blood as the rock just kind of emerges, almost like a small nub through the chest of this creature. And you are showered in a bit of blood that spurts in front of you.
As I see the rock, as I see the rock, I'm gonna say I thought that was my job. The rock throwing.
Yeah, we understand.
Okay.
All right. So, as this comes to a little bit of fruition, Volus, it's now your turn as you and Clyde are still chasing this wizard through hallways you have no idea what are, through a magical door. You have no idea.
Okay, well, bonus action Misty Step for first 30 is my first thing. 2, 3. Okay, and I start moving forward. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You wouldn't be able to make it through Clyde.
Okay, that's all. How tall is Clyde exactly? Out of curiosity?
I believe Clyde's like, what, 5'6"? He's really short.
Okay, so he's gonna point his staff like over Clyde's shoulder and cast another. Actually, do I have enough spell slots now? I need to quickly check.
Please keep check of your spell slot.
I know. I just need to make sure I'm not pulling off too many. No, I have enough for one last one. Nice. I have enough for one last scorching ray.
Okay, make your attacks.
Okay. Dirty 20 for the first,
That hits.
18 for the second,
That hits.
and 22 for the third.
That hits.
Okay, this guy is about to get 66 of damage. First one is 4.
Okay.
The second one's 11.
Okay.
And the last one is 8. So 8, 19, 20, 23.
Okay. Just, how are you gonna kill him? He was pretty hurt from just the standpoint. He's
So,
taken enough damage. What are you gonna do?
so he's gonna like almost mount the staff like on Clyde's shoulder, almost using him as a bipod, and just shoot the 3 scorching rays. Two of them aiming for his legs, and one at the back of his head.
Okay. It's all 3 released from your staff. You see as each one impacts first to his leg, the next one to his other, and he's pretty much yelling in pain. And as the third one finally hits it, and pretty much explodes in a giant ball of flame, and you watch the flame just encompasses the entire body as he smolders and falls to the ground dead.
Huh. Well, I gotta say that went rather well, huh, Clyde? He's just like moving his like staff from his shoulder.
Okay.
Strong silent type, I suppose.
Yeah. After that, Ryoka, it is now you. What would you like to do? Is this knoll currently standing in front of you is not yet dead to be undead?
Quarterstaff.
Go for it.
Versatile.
At advantage.
Punch more.
You don't need to say versatile. You can just say two-handed, right?
Okay. That is a 18, 19, 22, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I know. Okay. God, then drop the dice. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
He takes 10 points of damage.
All right. How much damage?
10.
10. And with that, you see as the body of the knoll just pretty much crumbles into the floor. And you see as as your staff comes in, it almost like collides with the shoulder and the muscle there. And it starts, with the force to it, shoves further and further into the body, almost making the flesh and muscle contort into itself. And the knoll, finally losing the magical connection, falls dead on the pedestal.
Ryoka saw the wizard go through, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna start chasing. Making checks.
Point of order. The door is no longer open.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ryoka
So as you run over, 10, 15, 25, 30. You make it to the door and it is shut. And as combat ends there and the door is shut, Volus and Clyde on the other side with no real way of getting them out. We'll go ahead and end today's session there, being actually tonight for most of the people here.
Yeah.
I was getting
3
ready.
hours,
Jeez.
3 hours of combat. Jesus.
Maybe because some of us took half the order to roll.
Or eat cheesecake.
That too.
Or fall asleep.
Yes, this was an exciting 18 seconds of their lives.
Yeah,
Took me
18
3
seconds.
hours.
Well, it's like if you watch Critical Role, the final fight against Thordak was
Hey,
what?
don't spoil.
I mean,
I don't care.
it's better than 6 hours of combat only to get no reward after, other than the fact that you didn't end up dying to it,
The
but you're gonna
reward that
end
you
up
guys have
dying
is that
anyway.
the party is now split.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Can we
That's
loot
gonna be
the can we
fun.
loot the cultists?
No, it's over. We'll pick up from this point when we pick up next weekend. All right.
To
Jesus
play games or to bake
Christ.
cookies?
Think of it this way: if you bake cookies, you later have cookies to eat while you play games.
Yeah, good point. I'm like tired. Right before my last turn, I was actually like half awake.
That's a mood. I mean, I'm like running on for like less than like
You're
2
running on
hours, like
fumes.
Weak.
2
I
3
run on
hours of
like
sleep.
Poppy, you don't have to say anything. I know your sleeping pattern is just fucked up,
All right,
By the
I'm
way, great,
gonna
bold
thank you
of me
for
to
the
assume there
game.
is a pattern.
right?
I'm
All
gonna
right.
Say
go
what
For
we
those
to
of you in the stream, I'll just do our closing so you guys can go make your cookies, whatever you want. Those of you in the stream, if you stayed with us the entire time, I hope you enjoyed. I look forward to seeing you again. Hopefully, if you found this as entertaining as probably they did, I'm not sure if they do. I'm not sure if they stick around because they feel bad or if it's because they actually enjoy what I do.
No,
It's
I enjoy it.
what you
I
do. What are
enjoy
you
it.
talking about? God, great.
But as we end today/tonight's session from wherever you are, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, I believe those should be answered by Behemoth at his conclusion of the stream. Other than that, ciao for now for the stream.
Thank you very
Then
much.
for those of you in the players, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I love to hear them. Any questions, bring them as quickly as possible. I'll answer as quickly as possible. If you have any
have a
concerns,
that I
yes.
will ask after the stream is over.
Yeah, I'll mute
Okay.
Biffin so you can talk about it. All right, so with that lovely outro from Grape, I would like to thank everyone who stuck around. Again, this time from me, and not only from Grape, because poor guy's got enough on his plate. He doesn't need to worry about this as well. It's already very lovely of him that he takes the time to prepare the sessions, hang out in the stream chat as well, answer questions, bring some witty humor as well. I dare say much wittier than my own, at most points at least. And yeah, hopefully the next session will be next Saturday. In 2 weeks there might be a small upset in plans. I'll give more announcements once everything is set in stone. But yeah, other than that, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having fun, hopefully, and I'll bow out. I'll quickly check if there's anyone to raid. Let's check Twitch. Let's see. Not that many people online. Okay, Twitch, you just apparently don't want to show me who's online. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck you guys over to Solid again because very nice person. They're currently playing Jackbox, so in case you're up for some, hijinks. So let me just boop. Yeah, I'm gonna send you over to Solid. Very nice person. Also, I'm super happy to announce that Solid's like having his plans for game development and all such, like working out pretty fine. So I'm a chuck you over. Have fun.